We be live. Hello, Durud and Shalom, and hola.
Hola, hola. How are you? How you doing?
Good, good. Gotta see if there's any progress. I think what's happening, based on what I'm seeing, Monkey, is that right now, unless something changes significantly in the near future, to me, it seems like the Americans are convinced, or they're trying to create the impression that they're convinced that they're going to suffocate the Islamic Republic financially, and they don't need to do any form of uh, military escalation, and this is going to make the Islamic Republic bend the knee. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen necessarily, but the impression is that that's what they're going for. They're like, we don't need to leave the area. It doesn't cost us much to stay there. We could just keep rotating carrier strike groups. Move USS Abraham Lincoln out, replace it with something else. It doesn't cost us much to stay there, and just like monitor the ships that are coming out. Attacking commercial ships that are violating the rules is not that expensive. We don't need to escalate. This is already, Islamic Republic is going to get really, really, really hurt financially pretty soon. So why even bother? Like, this is like, why even waste missiles on these people? This is like, we're hurting them more with an economic blockade that we could be doing with the expensive escalation. So we don't need to escalate. We don't need to leave. We're good. Oil prices are not that high. We'll just stay here and watch them crumble economically.
Question.
That's what do you think?
My question is, what's going on with the tentacles? Because I hear there's kind of like three nations getting together to hit Yemen, and that they're moving resources around. That's what I hear, like for ground stuff. Like I don't know what's going on with that, but apparently there's something's about to happen with Yemen. I don't know. I was just hearing this from guys' show that there's a lot of movement of equipment. Like there's some movement going on, and there's also some stuff going on with Lebanon. So I wonder if status quo in the strait isn't as quo. If there's tentacle shearing still going on.
Hmm. Yeah, I have to do more investigation on that. But before we get to that, what do you think about what I just said regarding the economic pressure?
Oh, I don't disagree at all. I think you're absolutely, spot on in your analysis. I would only add that there's a possibility that although things are not happening directly to Iran, maybe something's happening around the sides with the tentacles. But yeah, I totally agree.
Let's see who's in the chat. Okay, I see Fun is already here. Kevin is already here. Philip is here. Amir is here. Sean is here. Oh yeah, Sean is saying, Durud Patriots, economic boom booms are working. Guys, you ain't wrong. They are actually working. A lot of people are not paying attention to it, but I think the people are not understanding how devastating right now the economic pressure on the Islamic Republic is. Like, I would say what's happening right now against the Islamic Republic is more damaging than what this a lot of the destruction on their military bases and military infrastructure. I would say that. Actually, let me jump right to Scott Besson talking about this. I think maybe that should be the first thing that we watch. Let's watch this here.
They lose influence as they lose money, right?
Say what?
They lose influence as they lose money, right?
Yes, because this takes care of the tentacles too. Like, you could go and spend a lot of military forces, U.S. military forces, in dealing with Hashd al-Shabi or Hezbollah or Fatimiyun Zainabiyun, or you could do two things instead. You could tell that the Arab countries are like, not my problem, you deal with it militarily, and I'm just going to go and just suffocate them from the source, because all of these military, all of them rely on the money that comes from them from Tehran. So why even waste my precious expensive missiles on you? I'll just make you go. I'll just make your sugar daddy go bankrupt.
I thought that
You know.
perspective that you're giving might be good to have before we go into Scott Pheasant.
Yes. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. For sure. Good question. Let's see. I mean, this is really short. It's 27 seconds long, but so this one.
And we went from epic fury to economic fury. And at the president's orders, we have raised the level even again. And watch this space for more announcements coming next week, because we are going to apply measures like have never been seen in the history of economic isolation on a country. And we went.
Okay, you heard that? We going. Oh shit! That is, guys. That does not sound as scary as we're going to blow you to pieces or rain hell down upon you. But that should, if you know what that means, that should scare you more than a threat like that. Okay, listen to this last part again.
Are going to apply measures like have never been seen in the history of economic isolation on a country. And we went
Like a boa constrictor, just tightening and tightening and tightening.
Yeah. 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 This is going to be very hard to deal with. This is going to break them.
Operation Economic Anaconda.
Economic Anaconda. Oh, look at this. People are saying Scotty is so base. Scotty B. Yeah, you know what? We should pay more attention. Oh, look at this. Sean is saying, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, there might come a situation, again, don't know. Okay, maybe not, but there might come a time after this that we will look back at all of this time and think like this was actually the most strategic plan. I'm not saying it will be. I'm just saying we have to consider that as an option. Like once we get all the information, all the political limitations and all the military limitations, like operational logistics, that people want United States to just press buttons and then enemies disappear, right? And I think like maybe once we get all of the details of what could be done and what can't be done and what was the most strategic thing to do, we end up realizing that this was maybe the most strategic thing to do. Do you think there's a chance that they will come to that
I
conclusion?
would be very happy if every time I said, well, that's retarded, I was wrong and I was the one being retarded. That would be a joy.
That would be joy. Yeah. Again, I'm not saying it is, because if it is, that would be copium. I'm just saying we're considering that option. Look at this.
Yeah, I would prefer being wrong.
Yeah. Yes. Like Funson is such a Funson became admin recently on our channel, and she's like so good at it. Look at Amir and everybody. Look at Amir was welcoming Funson as a new admin, and she's like, chat rules, no spamming, no threats, no comments. Let's actually see what the rules are, because I don't know what the rules are. No spamming, no threats, no comments against YouTube TOS. Yes. And whilst Armin respects free speech, there are rules, and Moz will enforce them. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I love that.
Like right now, I kind of have to thank Funson, because this measure also protects my channel.
Yes. Well, guys, I don't know why people thought that we tolerate people talking. Again, I don't want to talk about this so much, okay? But Amir, because Amir was getting frustrated that somebody was promoting PDF and we couldn't ban them. Oh, we should absolutely ban those immediately. Yeah. So don't anybody advertising PDF that don't even wait a second, get rid of them like that. And sorry, Amir, this is my fault that I didn't communicate that clearly with you. If anybody is directly promoting, because we're trying to protect this channel, like if that is showing on the screen, then that will hurt the channel. Anyways, don't want to get too much into that. But thank you to all the very short.
We do rely on the mods for some of this, because even though we're both trying to look at the chats, we're also looking up for stories, setting up things in the background. So much appreciation to you guys for your vigilance.
Yeah, Amir is saying, "Phew, thanks, Armin June." Yeah, I mean, I'm so sorry. I wasn't. I didn't. That's my failure of communication. And thank you, Amir, for everything you do. And welcome, Funson, to the team. All right, let's go. Okay, so guys, we're gonna practice something here together as a group. Okay, I don't say as a community every time. Community is something good that we should say we're a community here. But ever since the video from YouTube Rewind, does anybody remember that? Like, I'm so proud of this community. For some reason, I prefer saying group because that was such a cringe video. I don't know. Is community, has the word community stopped being cringe? Can we use it again, or is it still cringe? Anyways, as a
Cringe is
group,
in the eye of the beholder, as long as you use it
cringe.
right.
Okay. As a community, okay. As a
Is
community,
too close to communist for you?
no. It's too
Okay.
close to the YouTube Rewind cringe video, the last one that they made. Right?
Mm.
That's it. As a community, we're gonna practice not coming with bias at the beginning, right? We're gonna keep an open mind because I know when I show JD Vance, we're like, oh my god, he's gonna have a bad take. We don't know, okay? So we have to practice. Like when we show Nick Fuentes or Piers Morgan, they might have a good take. We don't know. We know Nick Fuentes uses good takes to sell his bad takes. So we have to actually listen at every claim individually, separate from our judgment about the person who's saying it, right? So let's see what he says here. I have no idea, by the way, what's going to say. This might be good or bad. So let's listen to this.
It's ensuring that the Gulf countries continue to send oil and gas to the world economy so that we have energy price stability. That's obviously important for the American people. I know that oil is down today, and it's way down from the highs in the early days of the conflict. That's goal number one: keep oil and gas cheap for Americans all over our country. And then obviously goal number two is ensure that Iran never gets a nuclear weapon. I feel confident we're accomplishing both of those goals, but it's inherently an unpredictable thing because the Iranians themselves are unpredictable and they sometimes don't honor the commitments they've made to us.
Wait, so okay, so here's I will push back against it and then I will steelman it. But let me first push back against it. Shouldn't it be goal number one? From there again, I know Monkey, like, I don't care about nuclear, they're gonna have 1,000 Wuhans. I know. But from the perspective of from what the White House has been communicating so far, shouldn't goal number one be that they don't get a nuclear weapon, and goal number two, because who would care about oil prices if your enemy now has either nuclear weapons or biological weapons or chemical weapons that it could use against you? Like, shouldn't safety of Americans be a higher priority? What do you think?
Can I explain it?
Yeah, you're probably going to use the Steelman that I'm going to use, but go ahead. You first. Go ahead.
They're probably not able to make a nuclear weapon in the state that they have the parts right now. So it falls to the second place until they're closer to weaponizing it.
So no, that's not the Steelman I was thinking of. But yeah, okay. The Steelman I was thinking of is that if we don't make the Americans happy, then they're going to vote us out of office, and we're not going to be able to stop the Islamic Republic getting these weapons.
That's better than mine.
How about that? Okay, both are good. Yeah, okay. Because President Trump says it the other way around. President Trump is saying, like, hey, oil prices need to go up if we have to stop the Islamic Republic from getting a nuclear weapon, right? But it just sounds strange if somebody says, like, it just, like, if you don't think about it, it just sounds weird when somebody says, like, our highest priority is lower oil prices, then avoiding a mushroom cloud. Then second priority number 2 is avoiding a mushroom cloud or something like that. Like, okay.
He's doing like the fraud, stopping fraud, because stopping fraud is great for the budget, and that's good for the midterms. Like, he's doing a little bit of campaigning. I do like him on local stuff. Like, if you want to say like JD Vance isn't all bad, the best way to do it is talk about his works in the inside American economics and justice system, rhetoric.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. So Casey's saying shitty Americans are more concerned with gas prices. I mean, it's a function. So let me defend America. I mean, first of all, not all, but to defend Americans, that's just a result of being an advanced, safe, secure country with higher standards of living and more purchasing power. Right? Any society that gets that advanced and that safe, their priorities switches, especially given that they have safer lives compared to other people around the world. Right? It's just a natural result of being a strong country.
Americans are very critical of Americans. Casey's an American. He's just being a little critical. He's down about the cause, Like I get it.
Yes.
I'm with you, Casey.
I get
I see you, homie.
Yeah, that's why you're here. Yes. Durud, everyone. Durud to you. Durud to you guys. He said the shitty ones, not all. Okay, shitty America. Okay. I don't know. I think like here's the thing. I think the way Americans are thinking, the so-called shitty Americans. I think we always will have. I don't think they're shitty. I think they're just being naturally what humans would do when they feel more safe.
I would like do the last thing I would say on that is like these are busy Americans. Sometimes it's not even a malicious thing. They're just busy with their work, busy with their kids, and they don't even understand sometimes.
Busy living, okay, and that's monkey. The way I think about this, okay, is that political activism is meant to create the conditions where less people need to be politically active, and they could just be more. Not everybody needs to be like most people need to be somewhat politically active, right? But the point of political activism is to get a society where you could spend more of your time worrying about life, like living, not worrying, like spending your time life living rather than being politically active. Like those of us who are politically active are trying to create the conditions where less people have to be politically active. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. It makes casuals less informed, but it does make sense. We're trying to make a better life for them, so they don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. Right, exactly. Okay, let's see what he says over here.
Let's talk for a minute about Iran. There is frustration, Mr. Vice President, I think, out there on the seesaw nature of what's going on in Iran. We're close to a deal, then we're going to bomb the hell out of them. The strait is open, then the strait is closed. And I'm sure that frustration is shared inside the White House. So I know it's hard to project, but let me ask you, how does this end? What does this look like when and if it's over with Iran?
Well, the thing I can say with confidence is I think this ends with the United States in a stronger position, with Iran not having a nuclear weapon, and with the Strait of Hormuz returned to a place where oil and gas prices are stable for the American people. I think the issue here, Will, is that the Iranians sometimes make commitments that they don't honor. They make a deal, they don't honor the deal. And I understand your point about the seesaw nature of this, but I think what that reflects is that we have a lot of tools at our disposal to compel action. And sometimes we're focused on the energy piece of it because we want Americans to be able to afford the price of oil and gas. Sometimes we're obviously focused on the military nature of it. Sometimes we're focused on the nuclear program. So I think what is really happening is that you're seeing a president of the United States at the height of his authority with a lot of tools, diplomatic, military, and economic, What I think is really going on from the inside is that we're using those tools very selectively, very strategically to get the outcome that the president of the United States needs to get for the benefit of the American people. And it really is twofold. It's ensuring that the Gulf countries continue to send oil and gas to the world economy so that we have energy price.
Yeah, so he already said that. Let's move over here.
I wish he was this diplomatic about Israel as he's being about Trump.
Yeah. We're never gonna forget that he said those things about Israel. By the way, I don't know if he's gonna ever be able to walk that back. Oh, Fit Over 50 Fitness, thank you so much for the jewels. Appreciate you. And then we got, how do you pronounce this? I don't know how to pronounce.
Becca?
BEC. Beck. Thank you so much for the jewels. I appreciate that. All right, let's get a full update on everything.
So Secretary of War Pete Hegseth says that the United States can maintain the blockade in the Strait of Hormuz indefinitely, telling reporters, quote, "We will rotate ships in and out as we have, and we will continue to do that." Chief Correspondent Jonathan Hunt reports from Tel Aviv.
You know, this is true. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, why nothing has happened? This is a disaster for the United States. They haven't achieved anything. This is the slow bankruptcy of the Islamic Republic, and the United States is not that doesn't need to be in a rush. Why do something in an expensive way when you could do it in a cheap way? We're not, we could just stay here. Our economy is improving. Your economy is going dropping like a rock. We're not spending much on military, and we're just sitting here watching you die. So this is great. I mean, we're comfortable here.
I would say it's not just the youth that has that TikTok, Instagram reel mentality where everything has to happen fast.
Yeah.
From Tel Aviv. Hi, Jonathan.
Hey, Martha, the war of words over who controls the Strait of Hormuz right now has become really quite surreal. The U.S. naval blockade is in full effect. It is designed, of course, to prevent Iranian or Iranian-linked vessels from transiting the strait. And as a result of that blockade, President Trump says, quote, "The USA has total control over the Strait of Hormuz. I think we will keep it. Our naval blockade is being called by everyone a wall of steel, and there is nothing Iran can do about it."
This has been admitted by the Islamic Republic as well. They said every time the U.S. puts its blockade on, the Islamic Republic admits that not a single barrel, this is the words of President Pezeshkian, not a single barrel of oil was exported through the Strait of Hormuz by the Islamic Republic, or even from the Gulf of Oman during the blockade. So it is truly a wall of steel.
Iran says there is plenty it can and is doing about it. And, quote, "The Strait of Hormuz, as before, remains under the full management and control of the Islamic Republic of Iran. No commercial vessel or oil tanker can or will be able to transit the strait safely without the authorization and supervision of Iran's powerful armed."
Notice how they didn't say that nobody can transit. Say because they go nobody can transit without our permission. They're saying nobody can transit without safely, which means that they can't which means they are transiting.
Or will be able to transit the strait safely without the authorization and supervision of Iran's powerful armed forces. Now, Energy Secretary Chris Wright says around 9 million barrels of oil a day are getting through the strait. That's compared to around 20 million barrels before the war began. Secretary Wright says millions more are going through other methods such as pipelines. But clearly, we're all talking about the Strait of Hormuz.
See, Sean is saying choking the IRGC and its proxies. Exactly, that's what's happening. Shauna is here. Hi, Shauna.
Right now, Martha, the stated aim of the war in the first place, preventing Iran ever getting a nuclear weapon, is very much on the back burner for now, at least, Martha.
Yeah. Well, it's not okay. So here's the thing: why is it all about the Strait of Hormuz, not the nuclear weapons? I mean, isn't it about everything? I mean, if you're bankrupting the Islamic Republic and getting their full collapse closer, then you're solving everything at the same time. You're solving the nuclear issue. You're solving the biological weapon issue. You're solving the proxy issue. You're solving everything at the same time. So it's, I wouldn't say it's on the back burner. I would say it's right here in front of us. Oh, we got a GOAT trophy from Fun Sun. Guys, we're gonna, I love the GOAT trophy. Look at it. It looks so cute. Thank you, Fun Sun. I appreciate that. Let me see. Here, let me show you something from inside Iran. Okay.
Your
This is
little
a
goat is
video-
going to build a goat castle with so many goat trophies.
Yeah. Yes. GOAT trophy. Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Fansan. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Sean is saying the first Islamic country to get a nuclear weapon will be the UK. Well, no, Pakistan has a nuclear weapon. Quoting BB,
I
who
think
was
she
quoting-
means the first European Islamic country.
yes.
First NATO
Yes,
Islamic
thank you.
country to get a nuke.
Yes. Yes. Quoting BB, who was quoting Douglas Murray. Yes.
You know
Oh,
what?
yeah. I
I
mean,
think UK will be the first Islamic country. Or it would be the second, right? Because Turkey is Islamic and they can invoke Article 5, but they're not
Yeah.
nuclear.
They don't have nuclear. Oh, we got
Go
a
ahead.
super chat. Thank you so much from AP Moto Arts with a super chat saying, I mentioned 4 weeks ago that Trump must honor the 60-day MOU even if we ceasefire each other. That ends tomorrow. TikTok. I thought the MOU was considered completely everybody dismissing the MOU because both sides considers the MOU to be violated and irrelevant. But you're saying that the 60-day is still being taken seriously?
Well,
So
it could be a technical thing. Like if I want to cover my ass legally.
okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So tomorrow, we'll see. AP Moto Arts, we'll see tomorrow. We'll see if you're right. Interesting take. Okay, this video is interesting from inside Iran. Let me just play it. It's only 10 seconds. This is a person who's like driving and recording and talking to the camera.
مگه تنگرا نبستین که قیمتی بنزین تو آمریکا گرون شه الان اینجا آمریکاست مگه تنگرا
He's saying, didn't you close the Strait of Hormuz so that fuel prices increase in United States? Are we living in the United States? So he's recording this inside Iran. So he's saying, it's our fuel prices that are going up. You close the Strait of Hormuz so that fuel prices go up in United States. But why is it that our fuel prices here are going up? Is this the United States? Am I looking at the United States right now? So they basically suggesting that it backfired. You were trying to damage the global economy, but the only thing that is getting damaged is our economy.
I have a question. Is this a tweet or is this on another platform?
I mean, I think these videos, Iranians usually post videos mostly on Instagram and Telegram. So I think Instagram probably.
Is there any possibility, I know you're an extremely busy person, that you could post this with the translation? Because I think that would be cool. If you can, I don't know if you can.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I could send it to you, and if you want to put a translation on it,
Hey, I'll do that. But I don't know the exact words. So,
okay, I'll just tell you. He says like, didn't you close the Strait of Hormuz to increase fuel prices in the U.S.? Is this the U.S.? Like, is this the U.S.? Is here the United States? That's what he said. Right.
Okay.
Oh, by the way,
29 minutes. That's the time marker. Thank you very much.
Okay. You're welcome. Okay. Speaking of videos from inside Iran, I received another video, Arm Us video from inside Iran. I'm going to post a link to this in the chat. So, guys, if you don't know, people from inside Iran message me with videos of them telling the world that they want to get armed and I post them, and it would be great if you guys could repost them, because this video, they recorded this with a they're taking a lot of risk recording these videos, right? A lot of risk. The punishment for this video that this guy sent to me is the death penalty. And I told them to record the videos in a way that makes it clear that they're inside Iran. So this guy recorded it with having the Milad Tower in the background. The Milad Tower is in Tehran. So let me play this.
Please arm us.
So I think please arm us. Again, I'll post a link to this in the chat if you guys could share it, because they already did everything they can to. They took already the risk to basically get this video out there. They sent it to me to get this out there. So it would mean a great deal if you guys could amplify it. It's on my account on X, Armin Navabi, and so thank you for everybody who's helping us amplify.
Can I elaborate on one thing?
Yes, of course.
It is a very specific type of death. It's being tortured to death publicly.
Yes.
Because the methodology is not what we had in the Old West, where there's a weight, you take a measure of the weight, you take the length of the rope to make it quick. That's not what they do. It's torture to death.
Yes, exactly. Thank you for that explanation. It's important. Another video from inside Iran. So this is at the pilgrimage in the Mashhad city in Iran, where people go to this shrine. You see that shrine over there? That is the shrine of the 8th Imam, the burial ground of Imam number 8 inside Iran in the Khorasan province in Mashhad. From all the 12 Imams in Shia Islam, only one of them, the burial ground of only one of them is inside Iran. And that's the Imam number 8. So it's a huge pilgrimage site for Iranians to go. And the people were there, and something strange is happening there.
Is this where there was a fight last time?
No, that was the one that I showed you was in Karbala. That was in Iraq.
Okay.
So
this is in Iran. Okay.
Iran. This is in Iran. So let's watch this and notice if something weird is happening. Okay, so before I show more of it, did you notice something strange happening first?
I don't know. There was some people with some sticks. There's throwing sticks. They're hitting. I don't know if it's themselves or others with sticks. There's sticks everywhere.
There's sticks in the air. So that's how it started. And then this is where it headed. Okay, let me show you more.
Okay. This seems to be the stage. They're throwing the sticks at the stage and the stage is throwing them back?
No, these are just two groups of pilgrims fighting against each other.
But if you look at the top, you see the top there? That looks like the lighting of the stage. And when they point down, it looks at the it looks like the speakers. Are there different stages?
No, there's no stage. There's no stage here. This is just a pilgrimage site. And there's two different pilgrim groups throwing sticks at each other. There's from two different cities. Okay, so there's the pilgrims who came from the city of Yazd, versus the pilgrims who came from the city of Tabriz in Iran.
And what's the beef?
Okay, so the beef hasn't been confirmed yet, but based on what people are hearing, and this has to be confirmed,
This
it
is the
was
tea.
yes. So we don't know. This has to be confirmed, but it's about on the who was supposed to be in the front of the like the fight is who's in the front.
Who gets to be in the front seat, basically?
In the front, that's that closer to the shrine area for the ritual, for the ceremony, for the processions.
So petty.
Which so
It's petty and it's pagan. And what is there more?
No, well,
the closer you get.
yeah, there's more holiness the closer you get to the shrine.
This is so pagan and so petty.
So apparently a lot of people, like I think around 40 people were injured from the stakes. These are big stakes. So some people had to be hospitalized.
I do enjoy. I know that we're shearing off tentacles, but I do enjoy hearing also a little bit about politics and a little bit about spilling the tea on these
Yes.
little kerfuffles that they're having over there.
Yeah.
This is hilarious.
Yeah.
There's tension,
I'm gonna
right?
Yes, there's tension. There's tension. I mean, if they're fighting about that, imagine when their economic situation gets worse. So there's going to be. This is I don't know. I think if this is.
No, here's the question: if times weren't so bad, would this be typical or is this not normal?
If this is
if
not
the times were
normal,
good,
and you're right,
it's not normal. Okay.
because I don't know if this has anything to do with this, but that's very interesting that you say that, because on the Persian channel, people were suggesting that people must be so frustrated that they're fighting over these things, right?
That was my take. I was like, is this a typical thing or is this a symptom of the economic tension of boiling over into other areas?
This is the first time I'm seeing something like this. So interesting.
Very interesting.
We got super chats. PJ, thank you so much for the super chat, saying, gentlemen, gents, keep up the good work. We will fight for the people of Iran until they are free. Thank you, PJ. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. That's very sweet. And then we got another super chat by Kenel. Is that how you pronounce that? I think so. And saying,
I would say
does Vance become the next Pence? Seems that way. I mean, according to the monkey, he's already the next Pence.
Yes, right, so far. Yes. I could change my mind.
We'll see. Maybe he will, change his ways.
And I hope he redeems. I wish I were wrong.
Yeah. Thank you to PJ and Canel for the super chats. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I hope you're both wrong. I hope he changes as we're open to people changing their way, right? We're never gonna give up on somebody.
Well, it's just facts. If the facts change, you can't be so stuck on your ideology that it doesn't change in the face of facts. If he factually, says things and does things that have more merit, I'm going to say, you know what? He's looking more loyal. I can't fully put that label on him.
Yeah. Lior is here. Lior saying hello, Durut Shalom, and hola to the monkey.
Hola.
That's so sweet. Hola. And then she's saying, I was quietly listening on my morning hike. Well, great. We're happy to be able to keep you company while you're hiking.
That's so exercise sweet. Is important.
Oh, is it Shabbat? Is it Shabbat? Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Is it Shabbat? Oh, yes, it is.
Yes.
Lose the track of days. Okay. So, monkey, I am going to show you a video from inside Iran. Inside Iran. And I'm not going to give you any context. And I'm just going to ask you what you think. Okay. And guys, in the chat, also tell me what you think when you see this video. This is inside Iran. This is inside Iran, and this is recent. Like,
Is this
less
the
than
board of tourism of Iran? Who made this? I could sell
This-
tickets for a vacation with this. What the
So-
hell? It's beautiful people having fun.
Okay. Yeah. Do you know what the Iranian people, when they see this, what they think? Like especially on my Persian chat, on my Persian channel, what feelings?
They
do
must be very
feel?
privileged. That's why I said the board of tourism, because I don't think regular people can just put a video out like that without consequences.
The main thing that there's not that much consequences for most people. Mass majority of people, if they do this, like none of these girls. Most of these girls, like sometimes some people get unlucky because the government is trying to make an example out of people, but most of these girls, nothing is going to happen to them.
Okay, so I'm going to have two perspectives on this. One of them is this government sanctioned? Because it seems incredibly relaxed and a fun place to go. Two, is this what typical Iranians want for a daily life? And is this what's being hidden by the government? So is it the government lying about what they want for the Iranian people? Or is it the Iranian people showing what they want for themselves?
So great questions. And I think if I explain what's going on here, you'll get the answer to both. Okay. So when these videos like this come out on social media, and usually people post these themselves, right? Then a reaction to it is extreme anger by the anti-regime people. Because what they say, the reason why people get angry when they see videos like this is that you are normalizing the current regime. You're making it seem like life is good now. Most Iranians cannot afford to do this. The Islamic Republic has loosened its crackdown on how people live as a way to make it seem like it has reformed for both to reduce internal pressure and also external pressure. So people get away living like this. So more videos organically come out like this. So more people think that this is good. This is what we wanted. This is what we're fighting for. But this is not what we're fighting for. We're not fighting for social freedoms. We're fighting for all freedoms. We're fighting for economic and political freedoms, not social freedoms, because we want prosperity. Even if these things become free, the vast majority of Iranians will not be able to afford to live like this. Okay, imagine if there's no government crackdown on these things. Who cares? You're still isolationist. You still have a command economy. You're still at war with the rest of the world. So we can't afford to live like this. Like, you are just doing this for your own survival. You're trying to make it seem, you're trying to give this. These are like breadcrumbs that you throw at us as a way to go home and feel like this is okay now. This is actually more dangerous. Like these videos are actually more dangerous to the Iranian people than the videos of government crackdown on hijabless women, because this, after especially the Iranian people came out and they sacrificed, tens of thousands of them have died. Some people might think like, okay, it's not worth trying anymore because we can't. And then these videos are saying like, look, it's already good enough. You're already getting your freedoms. We're already going in the right direction. But we're not going in the right direction. This is just going to make some people accept that maybe this is good and not realize that the fundamentals are still the problem. The fundamentals are that the Islamic Republic is not going to let the private market prosper because the IRGC holds the economy. So it's at war with the private sector. It's at war with the international trade coming into Iran because it doesn't want to compete with the private market. It doesn't want to compete with the international market. It wants to keep Iran isolated, and it wants to have a command economy that means the Iranian people will stay poor, and a small minority of them will be able to live like that and enjoy the newly found freedoms that the Islamic Republic might be sometimes giving to Iranian people as a survival method. And them advertising this is just a way for them to make people just be happy with what they already have, instead of going for Pahlavi, toppling the regime, and bringing Pahlavi back to Iran.
Okay, so my question is there anything written inside the video or above the video, or could you write, like if I said this can only be normalized under individual freedom and a free trade under Pahlavi, and it's the same video. Anything else will be kabuki theater. You understand what I'm saying? Like, isn't it about the framing here then? Because am I interpreting the framing? Because I think you're right about the framing, but isn't, like, could you understand why I'm saying, well, this is going to depend on a lot on how you paint it for me? Because if I say this can never be real until we get rid of the IRGC, I'm with it. If you say, hey, things are great, we don't need to get rid of the IRGC, I hate it. And it's the same video.
So, okay, so somebody in the chat saying this must be an old video. No, this is very new. This is very fresh. This is very fresh. This is from either yesterday or the day before. And the thing is that these videos do the job that I told you without any framing, like without just like, look at us, we're having fun. Like they do what I told you best without any politics in it. So some people go take it from the original post and then they put their political spin on it when they come and they repost it with that in mind. But most of them are just organically young people having fun without even having any political intentions. But the decision by the regime is not in the production, the video production. Like that's not what's happening here. It's not like the regime is like, oh, let's make these videos and put this framing on it and post it. That's not where the decision is being made. The decision is being made a few layers up. The decision is made like, let's just loosen the enforcement and not enforce as much. And this naturally will happen anyways. And videos like this are coming out and they just do their job without the video requiring political framing. And it's not just this video, it's just, yeah.
Okay, from an American perspective, when I see this, I'm going to say, oh my God, they want to be free. They want to be like us. I'm not going to interpret it as things are fine.
That's because you are aware and you are more like tuned into this stuff. But if you look at, like, if you go on YouTube, search Tehran walking, right? For example, right? And you see like people walking in malls and people are eating outside and girls look so good and they're not wearing hijab and everything looks modern and nice, right? And then go look at the comment section, right? Most of the comments are saying like, oh my God, the media has been lying to us. This is really Iran. We thought they're Islamic. We thought like they're cruel. This is what the media doesn't want you to see. This is what we're hiding for us. Iran is not actually bad. They're giving us the false narrative that Iran is cruel to its people so they could justify a war. That is the vast majority of the comments.
I'm looking at it and you're right.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah, like you're absolutely right. Look, listen to this comment. And this is just a video of people going to a bazaar, all hijabless. This is a country that Trump and Netanyahu claim people that live in bondage and savagery and that women are arrested. Like it is utilized. Like I'm seeing some accounts here. And okay, so and the video, the person that posted the video says, thanks for watching. My goal is simply to show everyday life in Iran as I see it and let viewers form their opinions.
Yes. See, so the guy is not even framing it in any way. It's just like you take it the way you see it.
Yes. Yeah. And he keeps being like hard, but he's harding the comment. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it doesn't have, this is like 11 days ago. You're absolutely right about this. Like it can steer, but I think most Americans who haven't seen Iran could be twisted by this
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see your point. There's a few of these.
It works so well. And this is monkey, and this is why when people say go and say like, oh, in Iran, it's so the government is so cruel. If you just show a little bit of a hair, they execute you. You know, the regime loves those comments, right? Because they're like, okay, let's make our enemies go say that. Because then we're going to come and show them this, like they're going to see this, and we're going to make them all look like idiots. And people are going to be like, oh, okay, so we need to trust the Islamic Republic's narrative because these people were lying to us, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
Like I'm looking at a few of them, and it's very subversive.
Hmm.
It's very, very subversive. And there's a lot of these. There's a lot. I just look specifically what you told me. Tehran walking. No,
Yeah,
I'm like
maybe we
putting
should
it
watch.
at maybe one
Maybe we
in
should watch
30
some
women.
together.
1 in 30 women are wearing a hijab. It makes it look
Yeah,
like
maybe we
choice.
should watch. Maybe we should watch together actually here.
Just
so-
find Tehran walking what you told me. There's so many of them,
Yeah.
and I'm looking for recent ones.
Okay, so this one is from 11 days ago. Guys, if you go on YouTube, there's so many videos like this.
That's exactly the one I was looking at. Check out the comments after you see it, and you'll see what I was talking about.
So, guys, this is in Tehran. Look, there's one hijabi over there. This is in Tehran. Guys, I ask you this: did you find more hijabis in Tehran or in London? Like, okay,
In
there's
London.
one more hijabi over there.
Obvious.
This watch. Yeah. Okay, watch this. This is Tehran. Or like some people in America are like, wait, you guys have metro there? Like this is what people are like.
Oh,
this
I'm
vision is
sorry.
like,
I apologize. We watch so much Afghanistan and Iraq videos that we think it's everywhere is like that.
yes.
The young folks have good taste in clothes too. They're very fashionable.
Oh yeah, yeah. Look at this. We got a hijabi. So yeah. So no hijab, no hijab. Oh, this older lady has hijab. No hijab over here.
Yeah, this could be New
No
York.
hijab. Oh, hijab. That was hijab. Maybe I could just mute it so we could talk over it.
Yeah.
No hijab here. No hijab. This is Tehran. People are like, oh my god, like, okay, no hijab. Okay, so look at this. This girl has no hijab, but she has a hijab around her neck in case, so she could wear it if something happens. So this one, no hijab.
Well, sometimes this depend on where you're going.
Yeah.
Like if you have to go to a government building or something, you have to, okay, let's just grab one.
Oh yeah.
For this.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you're entering a government building, for sure, you're gonna put it on. Okay, let's go out of the. Let's go to.
So even some of the ones with the hijab may just be going to a government building that day, and that's why they have it on.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at this. Yeah,
like
maybe
the one
I
that
don't
had
know.
a half on.
This one is hijab. No hijab here. You know, when I was in Iran, the women segment and the men segment was separate, and now they're sitting next to each other in the bus, at least.
Well, that was the ancient
this is
times,
out-
right? You're pretty old. I'm kidding.
Oh
I'm
my god, this
joking.
is outside. This is kotlet.
Is this good? This looks kind of yummy. What is it?
Kotlet is good, really good. I like it.
Oh, okay. Now you're making me hungry.
Okay, so this is
Looks like a burrito.
You know, this person with this YouTube channel is making a lot of money because, you know, he's getting a lot of views from this, and he just goes outside and record these things. Anyways, this is making me hungry, so I'm just gonna move next before I get too hungry. Okay, so this is the bazaar outside.
What is that? Is that like a churro? What is that?
Zulbia.
I mean, you're making me so
Yeah,
hungry right now.
These are sweets. Yeah. So,
Monkey got a sweet tooth, you know, in case you didn't know.
yeah.
Oh my God. Does this make you
Yeah,
a
look at this.
little homesick?
Yeah. Okay, so this one is very hijabi. Very hijabi.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
No hijab, no hijab. What? Okay, so Iran. Okay, which one? Saying Liberty Politics. Look at the latest video from Iran to MO. Okay, let me see. Iran to MO. I'll go to that one. Okay, let me see if there's anything here. Okay, so this is mostly a bazaar, but this is the one that Lior said we should watch. Let me go forward. Okay, so this is going to be inside a mall. What city is this? Is this Tehran?
Looks
Oh, yeah.
very modern.
So this is a mall inside Tehran. Look at this. Like, wait, is there any hijabi? So no hijab. No hijab, no hijab, no hijab. So the issue with this is that even the people here don't know, most of them don't know the stats with poverty, right? These people, you know, I lived in Tehran, in Upper Tehran, okay? And I could tell you, when I lived in Upper Tehran, I had a very, very high standard of living, right? And I had no clue how most of Iran lived. And I bet you most of these people don't know either. Because what you're seeing here does not reflect most of Iran's. And again, these people don't know either. Like many people in Tehran don't know. Like,
What
for that,
percent
you
is
need to
this?
go look at stats.
10% at this standard of living?
Maybe I could look at the stats. Oh, look, a hijabi. Another
Very
hijabi.
traditional, right? This one?
Yes. This is what the jihadi people are very angry about, that people get to walk around like in Iran like this.
And here you see a hijab with a non-hijab. Like it's like mom and daughter, maybe. Is that common too?
I don't know. None of this is common for me. When I lived in Iran, it wasn't like
Look
this.
at how long that hair.
when
That
I-
is beautiful long hair. Look at that.
Hmm.
I really love long hair.
Okay. It's okay.
And it's like especially, is it especially rebellious to have very long hair out?
No,
Or is it all the same?
it's the same.
Okay.
So look at this. I mean, this looks like almost any other country, right? And this is what. Oh, look
To
at
be
this.
fair, I think really good long hair also looks good on a man.
Comfortable lives. Okay, I'm gonna look at the stats regarding poverty, and
In every picture, Jesus has long hair. Remember, chat.
okay, let's stop talking about long hair and let's look at the comments that you talked about. Oh, look at
Yes.
this, $200.
Oh, you didn't see the. Oh, these are
Oh.
paid. Some of them paid.
Yeah, this guy paid $200. The top comment.
That's a lot.
So this
To
guy's
better
saying to better
days.
days and to better phones. So sorry this happened to you. What? He's talking about something at the comment that he left. Something happened to the Let me go to the other video, because I think this is going to be more telling.
Okay, that
Thank you.
a little farther down, you'll see what the one I was talking about.
Thank you,
A little
dear.
longer.
Amazing. Oh, this is Tadrish Bazaar. This is the bazaar I used to go to when I was a kid.
Your old
Thanks for
stomping
this.
grounds.
Oh, look at this. This is a Persian comment from inside Iran. So do you want to see what this guy is saying?
What's he saying?
This guy is from Iran and he's crying. He's looking at this video and he's crying. Look at this. He's saying, none of this will work for me. Like, no, so that's not a good translation. I have to emigrate. He's saying that none of this, like, this is beautiful in Iran, but I'm not going to be able to get any of that. So this is a guy who's inside Iran. So he's saying, I have to leave Iran because this life is not, like, I can't afford this life. So this is a comment. Let me see what the person who's the channel owner is saying. He's saying, I hope that whatever decision you make, your future will ultimately bring you peace and success. So nothing meaningful. But this is somebody from Iran saying, like, yeah, this is nice, but not for me. Oh, this is the comment that you were talking about, I think, right?
Yes.
You want to read it?
He says, this is a country that Trump and Netanyahu claim that people live in bondage and savagery, and that the women are arrested on the streets for not wearing hijab. It seems that the Iranians are much more free and secure than the Americans, who face daily risk of being robbed, killed, or stabbed. Well, that part's true. In Democrat cities. In Republican cities, they could just shoot the robber. How many women, including the women, do that? How many women we have seen in this video without headscarf? Nobody harasses them. Yeah,
So
this is also true for Texas.
No, what this person is missing is that
you can check his reply.
Oh, where did it go? God damn it. Oh, here. He's saying the channel owner is saying, thanks for watching. My goal is to simply show everyday life in Iran as I see it and let viewers form their own opinions. Okay.
But he put a heart on it. What does that heart mean? I wouldn't heart that if I didn't agree with it.
Right. So what this comment is missing is that the claim, the bondage is not that anybody who's not wearing the hijab is going to be immediately killed. In fact, allowing women not to wear the hijab is the way to rebrand the Islamic Republic for it to survive, to be able to continue supporting terrorism and execute Iranian people and massacre them when they want political freedom, not just social freedoms and prosperity for their country. So what this person doesn't understand is that most Iranian people can't afford to live that life. What he doesn't understand is that tens of thousands of Iranians were massacred in a matter of hours, not for showing their hair, but for asking to be free. And that's what they're fighting for. The Iranian people have not been fighting to be able to show their hair. They have been fighting for full freedom, not just shallow, meaningless freedom here and there, some social freedoms. They have been fighting to be able to choose their own destiny, to be able to have prosperity, to be able to have normal relationship with the rest of the world. Just because some women get to show their hair in the streets, it doesn't mean that the Islamic Republic hasn't been massacring the Iranian people in the tens of thousands for the past 48 years. It doesn't mean that the Iranian people don't get executed for fighting for their rights. And this video is propaganda for, again, this channel owner is probably not doing propaganda himself or herself. They're just running a channel to try to make money. But the propaganda comes from the people who allowed this to happen for you to think exactly this. And again, the argument hasn't been that we need to get rid of the Islamic Republic because they kill women for not wearing the hijab. That has not been the case. The argument has been the Islamic Republic has the Iranian people in bondage in so many different other ways. in so many different other ways that it ruins most of their lives. And I'll read the stats to you. And also, this is a regime that kills its own people for other reasons, many, more than any other country per capita, more than any other country per capita, more than even China.
Can I make a quick
And I also,
analogy?
yeah, go on.
I want to highlight Jose here, who's saying, well said, Armin. Well said. I'm gonna put it this way. The Cuban people aren't fighting for electricity. They're fighting for freedom.
Mm.
Would that be like we don't care about the hijab, we want freedom. We don't care about the electricity. It's bad that we don't have it, but what we really want is freedom. Would you agree?
Yes, freedom to choose your own destiny. And economic prosperity comes from liberty. Again, there's three types of freedom: social freedom, economic freedom, political freedom. Social freedom is the cheapest one to give. It's important, but it's the cheapest one to give. Economic freedom gives you prosperity. Political freedom guarantees the other types of freedom. And the most important political freedom is the freedom of expression, which you don't have in Iran. So, Monkey, I have the numbers, and you were right about the 10%. So let me read this to you. Here's the summary. So, economic mismanagement and persistent inflation have plunged the majority of ordinary citizens into severe financial hardship. Independent economic data shows between 50% and 70% of the population is living below the poverty threshold. Official figures released by the Iranian regime severely underreport the scale of disruption across urban and rural provinces. Only an estimated 5 to 10% of citizens live comfortably, primarily consisting of regime-affiliated elites and oligarchs. The historical middle class has largely collapsed, concentrating national resources and trade profits among ruling factions. So what you see here is basically the top minority that a lot of them, to be fair to them, a lot of them don't even know how the rest of the country lives.
That's what I say. It's the equivalent of us showing Miramar in Cuba, which is a very communist-controlled, rich people, regime people area, right? And saying, in Cuba, it's a little bit more severe, and saying, oh, look, they have electricity, but I thought they didn't. Like, no. They're fighting for freedom, number one. Number two, this is a small segment of the population. Miramar is in all of Cuba.
Yeah. Exactly. Wait, we got Fun Son, thank you so much for the jewels. I appreciate you always. Bill too, thank you so much for the jewels as well. I appreciate you. We got a super chat from Stuart Harrington saying, Iran International report yesterday, at least 42 businesses, cafes, restaurants, shops, and sports clubs closed in the last 3 weeks due to violating hijab and Islamic norm. Yes. So this is what we in Iran call sholkon sefkon. So you loosen, you tighten, you loosen, you tighten, right? So, and the general direction is to loosen. So you loosen enforcing hijab laws and other social rules, Islamic social rules. You loosen it because you're trying to, because the Iranian people are so frustrated with their current conditions. So the cheapest, easiest way to reduce that anger is to reduce the enforcement of Islamic laws, right? But when you loosen it too much, then what you do is that your base of support, your Islamic jihadi base of support, turns against you. And you can't loosen it too much, because if you loosen it too much, they're going to rise up against you and you can't afford to lose them. So you slowly loosen it to see when they're going to start crying. The other side, the jihadi parts, are going to cry and say, like, stop it. Like, why is this degeneracy everywhere that I'm saying, right? And when their complaints get too high, then you tighten. Then you make videos showing that you're arresting people, you're closing shops down, you're making some examples of some people, and you make sure those videos gets released on social media to appease those people, and you tighten a little bit, and then once they get, once you appease them a little bit, then you go back to loosening a little bit. Okay, so this is the dance that the Islamic Republic is playing, is trying to get to a position where the jihadi people are getting desensitized by seeing hijabless women in the streets, so that they could loosen some more. This is for them, it's a survival mechanism, right? So somebody in the chat is saying, so it's rebranding. Yes, it's a rebranding of an Islamic Republic for it to remain a terroristic, anti-America, anti-Israeli, isolationist, jihadi, government, right? Anti so-called imperialist, but with new painting, right? So it's a rebranding. But they have to sometimes go back and enforce these rules, because if they don't enforce these rules, then they lose their base of support too fast. So, and they can't afford to do that.
Make another analogy?
Doing. Yes, go ahead.
An analogy to this would be a steam engine. A steam engine is kind of like a closed loop system, but it has some pressure releases, right? You want to be able to move that piston, right? But if the pressure gets too high, it'll blow up. If it gets too low, you have no movement, right? You're just done. So what they do is they have pressure release valves, and what they're doing is letting the pressure release before it blows up. But if they take too much steam off, then they have no force, because basically they've let all the enforcement escape. Like everybody's just doing whatever they want, and you have no power. You lose your steam.
Yes, and people are getting. Sarah is saying, because they can remain terrorists without hijab still. Exactly. And Leo is saying wolf and goat coating instead of sheep clothing. She's saying goat clothing. That's cool. And okay, and this person is saying skin shedding. Exactly. The Iranian people call this skin shedding, because it's like a snake that's shedding its skin. Even if the skin changes, it's still the same snake. You guys get it. You guys get what's happening. And Amir just gifted us 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Amir. Amir always supports the channel.
Good job.
Thank you guys. You guys are so good. Thank you. There was this guy, Muhammad, saying, as an Irish convert to Islam, I would like to ask Armin, what made you leave Islam? Originally, for me, it was, reading the history of religion and maybe studying biology, right? For me, originally it was about God himself, but for most Iranians, the teachings of Islam. So I'm not a good representative of why most Iranians leave Islam, but for most Iranians, they find the teachings of Islam to be extremely immoral against what they consider to be moral.
Can I reply to that person?
Yes.
I'm going to put this in the chat for you.
Are we going to talk about Ubal again? Okay, so,
yes. This is a pagan religion that follows Hubal. Okay. The history is here in an academic investigative report. And if any academic would like to go against me, we can go at it. If anybody wants to argue about this, like the academic paper is here, you have to argue with me on the basis of what's on the report. But this is a pagan religion. There are many Kaabas. They still do the ancient pagan rituals. So it's basically your religion is pretending to be Abrahamic, but it's like a kit car where you have a Miata in the case of a Lamborghini. It's just the Miata.
Yes, okay. It's a pagan. Well, okay. Let's move on.
Oh,
thank you.
It didn't take long.
It's okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you, Monkey. I appreciate that. Guys, check out Monkey's article. Jets, thank you so much for the memberships. Thank you so much, Jets. Always supporting us. 20 memberships. That's very generous. Look at this. How many people became members? Thank you, Jets. Wow, so many. Look at this. Everybody is a member now in the chat. An Irish convert to Islam. Thank you for the super chat.
Very generous.
And
Thank
then
you. Appreciate it.
very generous. Yes. Okay. Let's now go to this one, Monkey. Your favorite guy,
Oh my God.
Randy. Let's see what the propaganda. I like listening to this guy because this is a good way to get updated on what the best propaganda of the Islamic Republic is, right? This guy is the best propagandist of the Islamic Republic, right? So if we listen to him, we know what is the Islamic Republic's best arguments are. So we are going to be better equipped in responding to them. Right, Monkey? Do you see what I'm trying to do here? Does that make
I'm
sense?
sorry. I got a little distracted. Can you repeat that?
It's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. Let's just listen to him and see what he has to say.
What do you think would happen if they tried to assassinate Mujtaba Khamenei now? How do you think Iran would retaliate?
I don't think
if they...
I don't think they can, but of course it would be all-out war. I don't think they can.
Oh, Monkey thinks that they can't kill Mujtaba. They can't assassinate Mujtaba. What would you say to that?
Because he's in perfect health right now, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm saying like that couldn't happen. Like it didn't almost happen already, right? So it couldn't happen.
Why is he so confident that they can't kill Mujtaba? I don't know where this confidence is coming from.
There's a lot of confidence in propaganda. So in propaganda, you have to show confidence. It's part of the propaganda. You have to be confidently lying.
Somebody's saying he's already dead. Guys, how many people here think actually Mujtaba is actually already dead? Because I don't know. Okay, Sean is saying he's 95% dead. Okay, yes. Yes, yeah, maybe he's right because Casey is saying you can't kill somebody that is already dead. Maybe you're right. So maybe he's right actually, if he's already dead. But I don't know.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, Jose is saying, which to me tells me that the cardboard leader is already dead. Oh, Heather June, thank you so much for the jewels. All right, let me see what he says.
But what I wanted to say is that Mohsen Reza is a bit different. In my opinion, he was chosen because Iran wants to take a more assertive stance, and the Supreme National Security Council is going to take a more assertive stance. So it's not as if first of all,
what do you mean by assertive? Sorry,
it means more escalation. So he's not wrong. So Mohsen Rezai has been, Zolgat was removed from the National Security Council of the Islamic Republic, and Mohsen Rezai was put in his place. This shows that the Supreme Leadership Office is now back in somewhat control, and they want to get more aggressive. And honestly, it makes sense because I think the Islamic Republic's calculation is that the United States wants to stay out of escalation and just suffocate the Islamic Republic financially, and that they can't afford that. The Islamic Republic cannot afford to just sit here and just watch the United States calmly just do this to them without actually escalating the war. So they're thinking like, if we just sit here and wait this to happen, we're gonna everything is gonna fall apart. So we need to escalate ourselves. This is what they're thinking.
Absolutely.
Okay, important news. Shauna is now clean. She showered and she's back. That's great. Shauna, we can now go get to more serious stuff because Shauna, we can't do this with Shauna. Shauna is clean now. Thank you, Shauna.
Thanks for coming back.
Thank you for coming back.
What do you mean by assertive?
Well, we saw the day before the outgoing chair, Mr. Zulqad, he put out a statement saying, giving those conditions, which were in line with the MOU, but they were expanding upon the MOU. So, for example, in the MOU, it says the United States has to force the Israeli regime to leave Lebanon and end the war, and to respect Lebanon's sovereignty. And we must have an end on all.
It's so amazing. It respect Lebanon's sovereignty. It's their regime that violates Lebanon's sovereignty. Lebanese people The Lebanese government is telling you to get the F out of Lebanon, and they're trying to do a deal with the Israelis. So, and when they ask your ambassador in Lebanon to leave, the guy said, no, make me. I'm going to stay here. What are you talking about? You are the ones who violate Lebanon's sovereignty. The Lebanese people have already elected a president and a prime minister that wants to do a deal with the Israelis and Americans against you and Hezbollah. This guy is so full of himself.
Can I put this in Walmart American for the people?
Yes.
Okay, so Lebanon has Hezbollah, a terrorist group. This guy is pretending that Hezbollah is part of the Lebanese army. They are not. So it is conflating a terrorist group inside Lebanon with the Lebanese people. Lebanon doesn't want Hezbollah there. Israel is helping Lebanon get rid of Hezbollah. And this guy is pretending, lying, propagandizing the concept that the Lebanese people are the same as Hezbollah. Is that a good explanation?
Yes. Yes.
Some people don't get the difference. They don't understand. Well, shouldn't they? What's going on here? Hezbollah is not Lebanese. There are Lebanese people that are in Hezbollah, but it's not a government organization or a locally funded organization. In fact, Armin has shown us postings for people to leave Iran and go live in Lebanon, where they pay for the apartments, pay for the training. Like this is invading insurgency. It's not part of Lebanon. That's the lie. And Mario Newfall is not going to push back on.
Yes. And people really appreciate your Walmart explanations. Look at this. Amir is saying 100% monkey. Zohra is saying monkey is Walmarting all over the place. Okay. And then Fansa is saying
exactly good, yes.
Yeah. Exactly, Grease Monkey. See, Fansa is saying that as well. And then Amir was also saying this sounds like illegal occupation. Yeah, again, people are like, oh, Israel is doing illegal occupation. Nope. The illegal occupation is happening in Lebanon by the Islamic Republic. And PT020 is saying, poor Lebanon, time to bring it back to the 1970s. Yep. Before Islamic. Oh, yeah. What is this? You start this one.
Yes. One thing I want to point out, Lebanon is so sick of Hezbollah, which this lying sack of shit says is the Lebanese government. The Lebanese government has signed a deal with the IDF, with Israel, to get rid of Hezbollah. That's how apart they are. The Lebanese army is fighting Hezbollah because Hezbollah is not a Lebanese entity. Hezbollah is less part of Lebanon than Hamas is to Palestine. Like they're even farther apart. This is definitely people coming from the outside, people being brought and trained from the outside, apartments being paid for the outside for these people. Like this is I would say on par or worse than the situation in Hamas as them being an outside force. Am I wrong about this? This is a very outside people, which is why the people of Lebanon, the people of Israel signed a deal to join and getting them out of there. So this guy is like just lying.
Yeah, by this guy, you're not talking about the highlighted comment. You're talking about the
no. I forget his name. The guy with the trying to have a Superman haircut.
Mohammed Marandi.
Marandi, that guy.
Marandi. Dajjal is saying Mario's duplicitous fucking snake. He's got a lot of empathy for Durkas for some retarded effing reason. He likes to play both sides. Yes,
he could push back on that. He say, but Hezbollah isn't part of Lebanon. He could just say that.
Yeah, he's very anti-Israeli. I know that about him. Amir says good point. We need to be fair. Like, we don't want to pretend like everything is 100% on our side, right? So Amir is saying, and mind you, the Lebanese people are not 100% pro-Israel. They just hate Hezbollah more. Yeah, some of them are pro-Israel, but not, but we don't want to act like they're all pro-Israel, and they're like,
No. I believe a
But,
good percentage of them are not like pro-Israel.
Pro-Israel.
They're just very anti Hezbollah.
Hez-
The anti-Hezbollah sentiment is growing, and the pro-normalization. You don't have to be pro somebody to be like, I don't want to war with you.
Yes, like, it's none of our business. Like, sure, Israel is doing something bad in Gaza. It's none of our business. That's what they're
Exactly.
saying. Yeah.
The other fronts. In this statement, he goes and says Palestine.
Yeah.
Not even
Absolutely.
Gaza, Palestine, Yemen, and Iraq. So it doesn't go further than the MOU, but it details the MOU. It is telling the United States that, don't think through negotiations you can water things down. This is what we want.
Is that
And
Rezai
then-
that said this?
No, this was actually the day before Mr. Reza.
So he's misrepresenting this. He's saying Rezai came in to be more aggressive, and the 6 point that the National Security Council put out is more aggressive than the MOU. He's not giving you the full context. I give you the full context like no one else can. I mean, he's going to tell you now, he asked him a question and he's not going to clarify. The person that put the new 6 demands from the United States was the guy that was being replaced. Rezai came into the National Security Council so that they could kick out Zolgad and put Rezai in his place. Zolgad was being replaced by the Supreme Leadership because Zolgad was being soft against Americans, and Rezai is going to be more aggressive. And Zolgad put those 6 demands out there as a way to be like, no, don't replace me. I could also be harsh. But then he was removed anyways. Right? So
yes.
Negotiations, you can water things down. This is what we want.
Is that
And
Rezai
then-
that said this?
No, this was actually the day before Mr. Rezai was chosen, although it was already decided before. But when he was going out, he was basically he was saying that, look, the person who's replacing me, I agree that we have to take a tougher stand.
Lies. Like he just contradicted his own explanation. He was saying the Supreme Security Council is now has Rezai in it to be more aggressive, but the guy that was being removed was the guy that was considered to be soft, and so he was just trying to defend himself. So he's misrepresenting what's happening.
Now. And so Mr. Rezai, who's been known for the last few months to take a very strong stance against U.S. aggression, him coming to power has 2 messages. One is that he's going to be strong in standing up to the U.S. aggression, and whether it's at the negotiating table or on the battlefield. But also, he is a more powerful person. He was the commander of the guards for, I think, 16 years. You could look it up.
He was almost executed by Khomeini for screwing up in the Iran-Iraq war. Did you know that?
What did he screw up?
So he walked into a trap by Saddam, and so many thousands
was like, I wouldn't say I admire him, but I would not want to go to war like with him without American power. You understand what I'm saying? It's very shady, very mean, very tricky, very cruel.
So there was this battle called Karbala 4. I forget Karbala 4, which Mohsen Rezai knew that this is a trap, and for some reason he moved the troops in there anyways. He admitted that he knew it was a trap, but he said, like, it's too late, we're not going to cancel the plan.
What?
And yeah, and then they walked into it, and so many of the troops died, like thousands died.
That's so stupid, though. That is, oh my God, that is so retarded.
And he is actually the guy that in one of his campaign promises was to. So he ran for president many times, right? And he lost every time. And one of his the latest campaign promises to be president was that we're going to just kidnap all the Americans in Iran and then basically ask for money from the United States for each one of them, and that way we could solve all of Iran's economic problems. That was his presidential campaign promise.
Does he is this is the guy they fired now, or the guy that they just put in
No.
like?
This is the guy that they just put in place.
Does he have the same plans? Because I think I just
He's
heard that plan again.
Yes. So let me show you who he is. This is this guy. After Ali Khamenei died. So Ali Khamenei got rid of him. Ali Khamenei didn't like him. Okay. But when Ali Khamenei died, the Mujtaba Khamenei office brought him in as the military advisor to the supreme leader, right? And he still has that position. But now what happened is that this guy over here, Zolgadr, he has been removed from his position, and Rezai has now been put in his place over here in this Supreme Security Council.
This is okay. So I have been seeing in my Twitter, oh, we're gonna kidnap Americans. So maybe what I've been seeing is this past plan. He's not promising that as a new plan, is it? Or has he just not changed?
I mean, he's just generally is going with maximum aggression. He's just like, just like, you know, because
it makes more sense to me now. Because I was like, this is retarded. Where are you going to kidnap them from? What are you talking about? They may have been relaying this old stupid plan. And why would he just say it out loud during his campaign? Wouldn't people just leave?
I don't know. People didn't leave. You know, unfortunately, I don't know why Iranian Americans are still in Iran, to be honest. But okay, so here the Supreme Security Council has like I think 12 members or 13, I forgot. But when the MOU came, the MOU with the United States, all but one person, which is this guy Jalili, voted for it. All but one person. Right? And that's why the jihadi Islamic people in Iran, they think that everybody in the Supreme Security Council betrayed Mujtaba Khamenei. Everybody except Jalili, including Ghalibaf, Pezeshkian, everybody. Right? And they think it's a shame that why did you go against the wishes of the Supreme Leader? And now they're putting Rezai was against the MOU being signed. So now Rezai taking the place of Zolgadr means that the Supreme Leadership is trying to take over the Supreme National Security Council.
Okay.
Yeah. So this means that the expectation is less talks, less negotiations, more aggression by the Islamic Republic. That's what this suggests.
I'm seeing a plan on what to do about Mirandi in the future over here in the chat. Tao Fei.
Hey. Oh, okay. Let's do the super chat. Thank you so much, Tao Fei, for the super chat. Tao Fei saying, I can't wait for this ass clown to be extradited to Iran after the liberation. You all need to telecast the trials. Armin, please. It'll be educational. Really, by the way, things are going well. Stand by. You know what? I agree with you. That's what we should like. All of it should be public hearings, right?
Yes.
Oh my God, Monkey. Imagine Tao Fei, Monkey. Imagine one day we're going live on this channel and we're like watching these trials live on air. Wouldn't that be something?
And we're saying, chat, this guy on the stand right here being cross-examined, that's Mirandi. We have so many videos of him lying and propagandizing for the IRGC. He straight to jail. 100%. He's so annoying,
Guys,
right? He has this kind of lazy look about him too. Like half asleep, but looking down at you. A little arrogant, I think. And thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it.
yeah, so the reason why things are going well is I think I think this is the same reason. Let me know if you're saying that because Operation Economic Fury is doing very well. Is that what you're saying? So because we covered this already. So Economic Fury, Treasury Secretary Besson says US to hit Iran, but measures never seen in history. Is that what you're referring to?
Mhm. We talked a little bit about this.
Yeah.
Like an anaconda, Operation Anaconda, economic anaconda.
Yeah. Let me actually ask somebody something. I'm just getting news, by the way. I don't know. I don't know if I should tell you guys or not.
He's saying he's a pompous ass. He's always right. Don't believe it? Ask him. Morandi is very, very pompous.
So, guys, I think I might be on Newsmax today.
At what time?
Shortly after we go on our school segment. So, guys, I've been invited to be on the news again. I think Newsmax is a bigger deal. So I hope it's true. I think it's true. Yeah. So, woo, yeah.
Do you think they're inviting you into a cage match or an interview?
Well, I think an interview because the panel, if I'm not wrong, is me and Goldie.
That's cool.
Yeah. So interesting. So that's pretty cool. So that means guys, today when we go to our group discussion, we're gonna be I'm gonna be there for like 20 minutes tops, and then I'm gonna have to go. Is that okay? I hope.
I don't know if that's not a lot of time. Like you do it every single day. It might be okay if there's one day that you don't do it. You know.
Yeah. Guys, should I come to our group discussion and just stay there for 20 minutes and leave, or should I like not? Should I stream the 20 minutes of it, or just not stream today?
I'm gonna throw some ideas at you. All right. Everyone should know that just because the discussion isn't online, that doesn't mean it isn't happening. The discussion group is going to be there. They're going to be able to discuss things with each other. So it's going to happen anyway. The part that might not happen is that it be broadcast and that you be there. Right. So that's the only difference.
Yeah, so just because I'm not there doesn't mean that the discussion is not happening. Our discussion, people are going to be there and they're going to have a great discussion. It might actually, you know what? Some might argue that it's even better without me showing up. People are like, oh my God, just talk.
Oh, so as Monkey can take over for it? No. Oh, hell no. I'm not doing that. I have homework.
Like, it's not being live
back to college, Armin.
No, people are like, if I don't show up, you're like, oh my God, it's not being live streamed, so we could say whatever we want. And also there's no rules. We don't have to take turns. We could just talk naturally. So I don't know. So yeah, maybe some
give
people
them
have
a
more
break.
fun without me.
Give them one day of chaos. You're there you're almost what, 365 or okay, maybe 360 days a year. Like you're pretty much on every single day. If you take a day off because you got an important thing to do, no one's gonna get mad.
I mean, Amir saying, Armin, can we see the interview live? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it's pre-recorded or let me ask. Is the interview going to be live on air? People are asking me for the link. Okay. You know, I still can't believe it's actually happening because this is like Newsmax. Thank you for the question, Amir. This is like, guys, people are taking us. I still can't believe people are taking us this seriously. That's great.
Believe it.
Yeah. So, Armin, take a break and refresh and rest before you go on the news. Yeah, maybe I should try doing that. I don't know how to do that.
No.
Yes.
Like, did they send you a list of questions, or is it a panel? Like, how is the flow? What are you saying?
I have no idea. The topic seems to be Iran. So I'm like, that's
this is what I'm thinking. Your predictions coming true, so that makes you more a better resource, right? Not because you're right all the time, but because of you're right sometimes and you have good reasons for it. Because anyone can guess, but it's not the same thing to make an educated guess than take a stab in the dark.
Right. Anyway, so let's go back to Marendi. We got a lot of good understanding of how they're trying to. Guys, this is good. I know you don't like this guy with the Superman haircut. You keep saying in the chat he has a Superman haircut. I don't see it. Does he have?
He's Super Durka.
Super Dirk haircut. So I know you guys don't like me playing this, but trust me, it's good for us to see. So this is okay. Nick Fuentes, this guy. Who else do we have when we watch?
Piers is slightly better than this guy. When they're together, oh my God, that's so bad.
Slightly. But we need to see what our ideological enemies are saying. So we have 3 people right now, right? Nick Fuentes for us to cover the woke Reich. This guy for us to cover the Islamic Republic. We need somebody. Oh, maybe Hassan Piker. Hassan Piker is dangerous, but somebody like Hassan Piker for us to cover the commie left, right? To be able to get an update on what there's know your enemy. Exactly. Somebody in the chat is saying
Hassan Piker is the best for that. Like, I know he's dangerous. I know he will strike a channel, but he is undoubtedly the biggest on that.
Yes. So we should find a way to cover him without getting stricken by him and his team of lawyers. I guess we could do like short, like few seconds clips. I mean, I see Destiny cover him all the time and attack him all the time. I don't know why nothing happens to Destiny.
I think the key here is cover things that others have already covered.
Cover things that okay, fantastic.
Like if I saw that Nux already did a video on him saying this, if I see that Aspen Golds already said a video on his, well, I'm just doing what everybody else is doing.
Okay. So let me know if you keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out. Like I believe he's dangerous, but I can do my best to find things that won't put us in danger. Because like when we're here together, both our heads are on the chopping block, and protecting you is protecting myself.
Yes. Yeah, Casey's saying you are correct, but also fuck Piker.
Yes, Piker the dog striker is what they call him.
Samantha is saying, watch Miss Rachel. Like, what does she do political content, or is it just for kids?
No. She does indoctrination for children. I think it's very bad. Someone should cover that, but we have our own Miss Rachel, a good Miss Rachel, plays a form of guitar, name's Ali. I'm joking.
But we should do segments of Miss Rachel to see how children minds are being.
I think you would. I think you would be good at watching the indoctrination and comparing it to what they do in Palestine and how it starts and show why it's terrible. Like I'm with Jewish Samantha on this being a very bad thing.
Yes, I mean, I grew up in Iran, so I know, like, childhood brainwashing. I could compare it to see what they told us in kindergarten and elementary school, see if it's comparable in any way. Zipgun with the super chat. Thank you so much, Zipgun. Zipgun saying Destiny doesn't get struck because he is on the left. Yeah, but he's less on the commie left, right? He's more on the center left.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
thank you.
truth and safety team would probably still agree with him. So I would look more at things that
Oh.
Nuxanor or Hassan Piker or more Pegasus would say about him.
I mean, Asmongold, you mean? I'm Pegasus. Okay, good.
Pegasus is also like great guy.
Thank you, Zipgun. And then also Amusina June. Look at this. Amusina's here. Thank you for the jewels. And then more jewels. Thank you. And then, Lior is saying, wear a blazer to your interview to impress. So I don't have a blazer. I should. Oh my God. I don't have one. I should have gotten one. Yes.
Soon. Coming soon,
Thank
Chad.
you. So I don't even have time to shop. And thank you. All right, let's listen to this garbage over here.
So after he signed the MOU and then undermined it, in Iran, no one believes that his signature is worth anything and that negotiating with the United States is worthwhile. So I think the only thing left really is actions. If the United States, for whatever reason.
So he's lying. The disappointment in Iran is why they signed an MOU to begin with the Islamic Republic. Like, why are the disappointment by the Iranians is why are we even negotiating with terrorists? Why did the bombardments stopped? Why did the killing of the regime officials stop? That is the main thing Iranian people are upset about, not about this, what this guy is saying.
Begins moving towards some sort of implementation of the MOU, even if it doesn't declare it. That would be what the Iranians are looking. The only thing that's important for Iran right now is implementation and for the United States to carry out its commitments. Because, again, as I said earlier, Trump's signature means nothing. Do the Iranians believe that the United States is going to carry out its commitments? No, I think there's a lot of skepticism. And there's a lot of talk right now that Iran will just have to wait till Trump's presidency is over. So this conflict could hypothetically go on for well over 2 more years.
2 more years. What do you think?
That's a long time. But let me think. Yeah, could be. But not conflict, like resolution. You understand what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's what is it, August 2028. Pahlavi's in Iran. Yeah, I could see it. $2027, IRGC is being phased out. We're getting into a transitional government. It does hold power, but we're getting rid of all the danger. Maybe earlier, but definitely by then, in power, established, making some kind of moves towards that election. You understand what I'm saying? Because we know that to make the election would take time. Am I wrong? What do you think?
No, I mean, anything is, you're not. I get it. Anything is possible here. I'm just trying to find something over here because I just saw. Oh yeah, I found it. Look, I have a new update on this. There's a new poll. Let me change the banner so it's not Iran related anymore. I don't know how seriously we can take this. There's a poll, Michigan poll. Okay, this is the Fox News poll. How seriously should we take this poll? It seemed like Mike Rogers is now this poll suggests that he has more support for the Senate. Let me see if Polymarket changed on this. Michigan. Did you
I
see this? This
predicted
just
this.
happened. Yeah, you predicted this.
Did you
You
hear?
did it.
Like it's more confirmed the thing I told you about Hong.
Let me see if. Yep, because guys, Monkey was suggesting that. Monkey always suggests that Michigan has always been blue, but given that this radical has just won, his understanding was that people don't want such a radical to win in Michigan. So this is, but how seriously should we take this? Because this is a Fox News poll. A Fox News poll doesn't mean that Fox News viewers are being asked. It just means that because Fox News poll is separate from Fox News. It's I mean, is it a poll on the news on their from their audience? Because if it is, it doesn't mean much, right? Because of course the audience of Fox is going to be more pro Rogers than El Sayed. No,
I think.
if
Look, I think Fox polls tend to be right in the long term.
Is that
There's
your
a lot of people
understanding?
that shift things very blue, and then at the end, oh, it looks like Fox was right and everybody else was wrong.
Wait, I'm getting more news. Ooh, it is live. Oh, guys, my interview on Newsmax will be live. So I don't know where to watch it, but I'll see if I could find it. So, Monkey, can you do me a favor? I'm gonna have to check this out. I'll be right back. But can you just talk to people regarding what this is for people who haven't been following this, and why you think
Absolutely.
that Michigan is going to go red? I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, so one of the things that I think is very important to notice is that the majority of the population do not want to get rid of the Senate. They do not want a drastic change in their policies. They don't want to get rid of the police. They don't want to get rid of jails. This is an extreme policy. This is a policy that came during COVID and the BLM era. This is not traditional in any way, especially for the new generations, like say the last two, I would say Zoomers and millennials. The majority of them, they're not used to having no police, especially if you're voting like millennials and Gen Xers. The majority of them, the voting class, the class that are not terminally aligned online, they're not into having no police. They're not into having all jails open all the time. And they do catch the news. They do catch some things. They did say the giant wave of immigration, and they may publicly say, "Oh yeah, no, all people are legal." But when it comes down to reality, they are seeing their I would say resources drying up. They are seeing longer lines when they go to the hospital, and it's full of people that are definitely not locals and make it very hard to get service. They're starting to see the effects of Democrat rule and how it gets worse and worse and worse. And the blowback is becoming inevitable.
Ooh. Okay, so that was one thing I saw that was big deal. Another thing I just saw that seems to be a big deal. So Open Source Intel posted this saying U.S. intelligence and a senior CIA official to, I don't know what this network is, Faytux, are saying that Iranian Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei survived the February airstrikes that killed his father, but officials have been unable to independently determine his location since. What do you think about this? Do you think how much? Because
I would want to know if they checked the freezer.
Did they check? Yes.
That would be my assessment. I've been thinking
You
this
guys
for a while.
Oh, Amir is saying Washington Post poll says the same. 57, 51-47. So it seems like that everything is turning against this guy. But again, if that's the case, let me see. Maybe Polymarket hasn't adjusted yet. Because Polymarket should, let me see where we are with Polymarket. It is closing fast though. Look at this. So Abdul El Sayed is still at 50. Oh yeah, last time I checked, he was like 61. So it's now 59. Mike Rogers at 44. So the gap is closing. We'll see, because this report just came out. We'll see if by tomorrow this is going to change, close even more. Man, it would be amazing if Michigan goes red. That would be a huge blow to the DSA, showing that the commies are bad even for the Democratic Party. Like, it will set them back for years. Everybody would use them as proof. Like, the Democratic Party will use this as proof forever that we shouldn't vote for the primaries. Shouldn't be, we shouldn't be voting for the DSA candidates during the primaries.
Yes.
Oh my God. Hope that happens. Okay.
I hear some people in the chat saying Washington Post is right wing, some Jewish Samantha. No. Only a communist would think that. Absolutely not. There are no right wingers that consider it right wing.
Look, there's a lot of attempt by the CNN these days. Okay, no, I already kind of showed this one before, but no. So here, let me see. There's an update from CNN. I don't want to play that. That's boring. Let's go to your favorite content creator, Monkey. You know who I'm going to show? Who am I going to show?
It's going to be Nikki.
Nope.
Oh, even worse. Oh my God.
Yeah. So these are some new videos from Piers Morgan. Let's see what he's seeing here. I want to keep, I used to watch hours of him, but now we just watch snippets of him.
You have accused Samuel.
Look at Amir saying, "Oh no, God no." People are,
It's easier to bear this burden together.
Yes, guys, let's just go through this together. Okay, it's gonna be over soon. Just be, it's okay. It's only 3 minutes. Okay, let's watch this.
You have accused Samuel of being anti-Semitic and of hating Jews. Nothing that he has said, either in those video clips or here on this program, says that he is anti-Semitic or hates Jews. He just opposes what Israel has been doing in Gaza. And by the way, two-thirds of your own country, the United States, now have a negative view of what Israel, the state of Israel, has been doing in Gaza. His opinion is not an outlier. You know that Israel's popularity around the world has been plummeting because of the actions of Benjamin Netanyahu and his government. So the idea that because somebody criticizes Israel or the Israeli government, they are automatically Jew haters or anti-Semitic, as you have tried to frame this, is outrageous and completely wrong. He is.
That is a straw man, right? Like, people, rarely have I said people say like, "Oh, if you criticize the Israeli government, you hate Jews." Rarely do that. This is a misrepresentation by the people who actually do attack Jews, who have selective outrage against what Israel does, and they don't hold any other society or country by the same standard. When they get called out, they're like, "Oh, you are saying that anybody who criticizes Israel is anti-Semitic," even though usually those very same people who are getting accused of falsely accusing other people of anti-Semitic criticize Israel themselves. But yeah, let's continue.
Not from anything I've heard anti-Semitic or anti-Jewish. So why say that?
May I respond?
You've got nothing but respond.
No, excuse me. You asked me why I came to Iceland. I love this country. Its external beauty is unmatched. It should be actually reflected with an internal beauty. Are you aware, Pierce, that that Iceland from 2003 to 2016 had an Israeli first lady named Dorit Musayev, who was more popular even than her husband, the president. This country once loved Jews, even though they only allowed 8 Jews in during the entire Holocaust. They were under Denmarkian control. Denmark allowed 8,000 Jews in. Wait a second. You're not letting me speak. You're not letting me speak. Israel accusing Israel, the only Jewish state in the world, of a genocide. When this country, this past Sunday, marched for LGBTQ rights, where Hamas takes gay men and castrates them, where Hamas takes teenage girls and has their brothers kill them for having a girlfriend.
Was it by coincidence that you went into the only gay bar in Iceland?
If he's gonna go with the anti-Semitic thing, I think like I agree with Monkey. Like just tell people why their accusations against Israel is misplaced and wrong. Like if he's like, oh, because Israel is Jewish, it's the only Jewish country. You know, I mean, you're right. A lot of these people are anti-Semitic and hate Jews, but it's not a winning argument. Do you guys agree with me in the chat? Do you guys agree?
Like I would
me?
say
Like,
it's not a genocide.
Yeah,
It's
just
not
say
a genocide by any standard. And the people that say this is what I would use. Why is it a genocide in Gaza but not in South Africa? Because it's not a genocide. Because your definitions of genocide are biased. Because you hate numbers, you hate math. You say the word genocide over and over again, but you don't define it.
yes, exactly. Just say that. Say that. But you know, guys, I agree with you guys that many of these people are Jew haters. But that's in a debate, that's not a winning argument. Focus on what Monkey just said. Just show them that they're full of crap. Just show them that they are accusing of Israel of things, without any
If I said
evidence.
the Irish people are committing a genocide, if I said the British people are committing a genocide, if I say the Americans are committing a genocide, and that's a lie, I would be considered like the Christians are committing a genocide. Like I would be considered anti-Christian if that's what I'm saying about them and I'm lying. If I say the Americans are committing a genocide and it's a lie, then I'm anti-American and I'm lying. Right? If just because you want to call it anti-Semitic instead of anti-Israeli, well, if you're saying that all the Jews are committing a genocide, then it's anti-Semitic. If you're saying the Israeli are committing a genocide and it's a lie, then it's anti-Israeli. The fact is, a false accusation is anti the person you're accusing. That's just a fact. Is it a genocide or not? You can keep repeating it's a genocide, and I keep repeating Piers Morgan is a Hindu person. Piers Morgan is actually Puerto Rican. He's actually an African American. He's ebony black. I could just repeat that lie over and over. It's not going to make it true, right? Piers Morgan has 2 horns and a tail. I could just repeat it and repeat it. You could just repeat the word genocide. But if it's not true, it's not true. And if you're lying, then it's anti-Semitic or anti-Israeli or anti-American if you're lying about the Americans committing a genocide. Anti-Christian if you're lying about Christians committing a genocide.
Yeah, perfectly said. Let me see if he's going to go all the way to the end and make the anti-Semitic claim here.
Was it by coincidence that you went into the only gay bar in Iceland?
Hamas has not had.
What was that, 1 or 2 days after this?
Where Hamas has not had elections 2006, where Mahmoud Abbas himself, the head of the Palestinians, is afraid to go to Gaza, and it's not been there since 2006 because the leader of the Palestinians would be killed.
Can you stop it a second?
I mean, he's making some good points, and this guy is not letting the audience hear it. But go on.
Where did Piers go?
Yeah, he just removed himself.
He didn't say, hang on. Didn't let the other guy speak. He interrupted when the guy on the left was speaking. Didn't interrupt the guy on when the guy on the right was speaking. Didn't interrupt the guy on the left, and just exited and left them to just fight it out. Piers Morgan censored live.
Yep.
want Jews to die without defense. Now, as far as
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Rabbi Shmuley, sorry.
Now you're attacking gay people. Now you're attacking a gay bar.
You cannot say you just said he wants Jews to die. You've not.
Look at this. This guy was saying so much nonsense, and he didn't got to get in. Like so many of the things that he was saying that was true, and this guy was denying. He didn't interrupt it. He didn't have any issue with it. But this is selective outrage, selective interruption. This is how Piers Morgan censors all the time.
Lost your mind, man.
Absolutely. It's exactly what he does.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, Fit Over 50 is saying Piers Morgan is from Mayagüez, Puerto Rico. Yes. I mean, if I just repeat it, it makes it true, right? It's like the repetition of, and it's a little funny, but it's a repetition of what Piers is doing to, and by allowing it, Piers does it too. Piers has used the word genocide, right? Like they repeat this thing like as if it's true. It's just not true by any metric.
We got a super chat. Christian is saying, Armin, X account was hacked. New one is Sumerian Warrior. Okay, I see it. I'm going to follow you back. Okay, followed. Thank you for the super chat. I follow you now. Be careful. Use strong passwords and use two-step verification. Okay, two-factor authentication or something. Yeah, so make sure to protect your accounts. All right, look at this. Mark Levin posted this saying, on one screen, the fusing of the Islamists and the Marxists. Let me see what's happening here. This is Bernie Sanders and this Hassan guy.
Oh my God.
Wait, I have to stop the screen share and share it again because we lost audio. Share it again.
That fixes it? Oh, thank you. I've had that problem sometimes. Thank you.
Just on Israel, you mentioned a moment ago, a couple of times, the extremist Netanyahu government, you said. There are some in the pro-Palestine movement, I'm sure you'll know this, who have criticized you for what they think is your overriding focus just on Netanyahu, on treating Netanyahu and his admittedly far-right government as the chief problem, rather than Israel itself, or at least Israel's bipartisan consensus on genocide, on apartheid, on settlement. So I just want to clarify with you, Senator.
Wow, so nothing is good enough for these people, right? So he's telling Bernie Sanders that you're not extreme enough. You're not extreme enough. You criticizing Netanyahu and the far-right coalition instead of all of Israel as a whole. Okay, so let me see how Bernie Sanders responds to this.
You would agree, would you not, that even if Netanyahu is replaced in October's elections, and we all hope he loses, the Israeli opposition leaders aren't much better. They all support the war in Iran. They all support the genocide in Gaza. They all support settlements.
What is in my...
There is no... The only genocide... Okay, guys, usually we used to say there is no genocide in Gaza. That's not accurate. That's not the way to say it. There has been genocide in Gaza. The genocide in Gaza happened when Israel left Gaza, and there was an anti-Jewish genocide. Okay, all the Jews had to leave Gaza, and they even took out the bodies of the Jews outside of Gaza. And right now in Gaza, no Jews can live in Gaza. Like the population of Jews in Gaza is 0. The population of Muslims in Gaza always keeps increasing, even though these people keep saying there's genocide there. And the population of Jews in Gaza is 0. So there has been genocide in Gaza. The genocide has been against the Jews.
The Israeli opposition leaders aren't much better. They all support the war in Iran. They all support the genocide in Gaza. They all support settlements.
What is, in my view, one of the real great tragedies that is taking place in Israel? You're right. It's not just, it would be easy to say, well, you had a terrible prime minister, get rid of him, and things will be all right. What has happened, and I don't fully understand why, I think it has a lot to do with the media in Israel as well, is I think many ordinary Israelis do not understand to what degree their nation has now become a pariah in the world community. And it does disturb me that I think in too many ways, I mean, it's a chicken and egg. Netanyahu has encouraged that, brought that about, but it is a reality that right now.
Wait, what has become a pariah? United States or Israel? Well, I think it has a lot to do with media in Israel.
And things will be all right. What has happened, and I don't fully understand why, I think it has a lot to do with the media in Israel as well, is I think many ordinary Israelis do not understand to what degree their nation has now become a pariah in the world.
Okay, the Israeli people know how much they're hated, and they know it because they have been dealing with it for thousands of years. They have been dealing with this for thousands of years, but they're not going to bend their knee to their enemies under international pressure, because every time they tried that, they died. They had to pay for giving into international pressure with their blood. This is not a popularity contest. If they have to choose between their lives and their popularity, they will choose their lives every single fucking time. If the price of killing the people who wish them harm, who want to kill them, is for the world to like them a little bit less, so fucking be it. And fuck you. I'm not going to stop killing my enemies because to gain popularity from people like you. I don't want your support. I see the type of people you support. We've seen what you support, and we don't want your support. We don't want to be liked by you. We don't want to be liked by you because we see the type of people you like.
Community. And it does disturb me that I think in too many ways, I mean, it's a chicken and egg. Netanyahu has encouraged that, brought that about, but it is a reality. That
Can I make a small comment on that?
Yes.
I think when I look at the lobbies, it's absolutely true that they don't care what people believe in the outside, and that's a fucking problem. Why is your Farah lobby 0.7 and everybody's giving 100, 200, 300 million? You can't afford it? Bullshit. Why don't you care what we think? Why do I have to do this shit every fucking day because you won't put some fucking money in? And I'm not complaining. I do it gladly, but I'm over here wondering, God damn it, why do you put 0.7 in the Farah lobby? And China is putting 300. Qatar is putting 300. I'm ballparking here, but the anti-Israel lobby, if you include China, is $1,256 million. I'm ballparking here, but I added them all up. If you include China, Qatar, UAE, Saudi Arabia, you put them all together, that's over $1 billion. And you give 0.7, $700,000. That's pathetic. I can't deny that at some level he is right. Yeah, you don't care what people are always going to hate us. But when does it become stupid? At what point is it stupid that you don't put money in this lobby? Stop penny pinching. You're just making the meme real. Why are you being so cheap? God damn it, spend some money on it. So what? They're going to hate you anyway? If they're going to hate you anyway, put some money in there.
Got it. What I need to clarify, and then after this, let's finish this video and move on, is I have been advocating for Israel to spend more money on optics because optics do matter, like the monkey just said. And Charlie Kirk has been criticizing Israel for that as well. And we have here, both me and Monkey have agreed with Charlie Kirk on that, right? What I was saying was not any yeah, exactly. And what I'm saying was not against anything the Monkey is saying. What we are saying is that if it comes to choosing us going for optics by not killing our enemies, that's not what we're going to do. If the price of optics is to spend money on social media and lobby, that's the money that you should be willing to spend, because soft power is important. You should be spending more money and spending more resources on that. We are willing to, you should be willing to spend money for optics and soft power, but you shouldn't be paying it with lives. If the price is spend more time on social media and make better informational, more content regarding why Israel is on the right side, that is a price that you should be willing to pay, and you should be paying it a lot more. But if the price is stop killing terrorists for the sake of optics, that is the price that we're not willing to pay, and you shouldn't be willing to pay. Right, Monkey?
Absolutely agree. I didn't mean to sound like a contrarian. Just bringing out the point, I completely agree with you.
Yes, we're on the same page on this.
In Israel, you have a significant movement that has moved to the right. And I would hope that there will be brave leaders in Israel who will take that on.
But none of the current ones, unfortunately, seem to meet that criteria.
Right.
I think we can agree.
Right. So, yes.
Yeah, it's so amazing. Like, oh, they unfortunately moved to the right. Like, just assume right. They assume that right means evil. It just comes with that. So it's just like, oh, unfortunately, they're moving to the right. Like, oh, they're so evil. They're right leaning.
Assholes.
Yes. Fit over 50 fitness. Thank you so much for the jewels. Appreciate you all the time. Thank you. All right, so we covered this, so we need a clarification on this because this is Newsmax, guys. I'm gonna be on Newsmax in about 2 hours, I think. Yeah, 2 hours from now. So Newsmax saying reports of deteriorating conditions abroad. The U.S.'s Abraham Lincoln are completely misrepresented. Pete Hegseth said, rejecting the claims. So because we already played this, CNN part of framing of this, let's now listen to Pete Hegseth responding to this.
Completely misrepresented. Listen, we make sure that every ship, every crew, every captain has everything we can provide them at every single moment. Some deployments are longer than others, and I have more respect and gratitude for those sailors than anybody. What they do in those high seas and those austere conditions with less port calls, it's incredible. I mean, Americans don't understand what it's like to do that. So as someone who's not been on a ship like that, but been on long deployments, I feel it. I want them home as soon as everybody else do. I want folks rotated as quickly as possible. I want the best for them. My commanders know that. Our service secretaries know that. The president expects that. And so to that crew and to all those crews, we're going to do everything we can for you. And we are so grateful for their dedication of that crew and others. They've held the line for the country, and they've done a fantastic job. Completely.
Yeah, so he's not denying that there's pressure. It just comes with the, and he's saying we're going to do everything we can. I mean, isn't that the whole point of like switching between USS Abraham Lincoln and what's the other one that is coming? That is taking USS Abraham Lincoln's position?
I know they're doing a rotation, but I think that I stand by what I said. I think the options of having their XP, their store being fully supplied is very different from their having their mess hall supply. I am sure they can all eat at the mess hall. What they're missing is the food that they buy because there's a giant store in there, and that store may be low on supplies.
Right. Okay. And let's look at this. Ben Shapiro had a clip talking about the difference between woke 1.0 and woke 2.0. I wanted to watch that with you guys. I don't know what he's about to say. This might be interesting.
The way that I would distinguish woke 1.0 from woke 2.0 is woke 1.0 is the idea that the chief motivating factor in all of Western civilization, and in America particularly, was racism. It was white supremacy, right? It was Black Lives Matter. That the 1619 Project made the argument that basically slavery and racism were the thing that built, say, capitalism, or free speech was an aspect of a racist system, right? Racism was the underlying motivating factor, and it was incurable. There was nothing you could do about it. All you could do is sort of rip down the system. And I think it faded out because most Americans looked at it and went, what the hell are you talking about? Most Americans got tired of it. And also, most Americans looked at their neighbors and went, well, I don't see that many racists around here, and that doesn't feel real to me. Woke 2.0, I do think has a little bit more legs than woke 1.0. I think woke 2.0 is making a different argument, and that is that the root of all evil is capitalism. And you see this from Abdul al-Sayed, you see this from Zohar Mamdani.
Isn't that just going back to communism then?
Ani, you see this from AOC. Woke 2.0 is the idea that racism, imperialism, colonialism, all of this is the result of individual rights and free markets in the West. And so
just the economic essentialist part of the left.
All of that stuff needs to be thrown away. And it's why you're seeing some horseshoe effect where you see some people on the right who are sort of warming to woke 2.0. It's why you'll see people like, if you listen to Hassan Piker on the left and Tucker Carlson on the right talk about economics, there's actually some significant crossover in the way they're talking about this sort of stuff, because the idea.
I wouldn't call it woke 2.0. I was just calling abandoning cultural Marxism and just going to Marxism. That's what I would call it. I was just like, okay, Marxism failed. Let's go to cultural Marxism. Okay, cultural Marxism is failing. Let's go back to Marxism. Basically, just going back to economic essentialism. So, guys, the way that I will frame it is, even before this, there has been a war among the far left people, right? So the far left people originally divided the world into good and bad, and the good and bad division was based on the haves and the haves not. If you have, you're a capitalist pig and you're evil, and if you don't have, then you're good and everything is great. And it's all it doesn't matter what race you are, it doesn't matter what country you are, it doesn't matter if you're man or woman. It's just economic. It's all economic, and everything could be explained by economics. Nothing else matters. Culture doesn't matter. Race doesn't matter. The good people are the poor people, the workers. The bad people are the rich people, the capitalists. Like, this is how you separate the world. That failed. So the new version was wokeism or cultural Marxism. We're like, okay, let's make this a little bit more complicated and interesting. Okay, instead of just doing economics, we do economics and everything else. Okay, what's your gender? What's your sexual orientation? What's your ethnicity? Are you able-bodied? Are you so many other things? Okay, so all of these things. Okay, and then we'll use all of that to come up with a scoreboard. Okay, and the scoreboard is called intersectionality points, right? So it's not binary. It's like it's more of a spectrum now. And if you are a white straight man that is able-bodied and is American or Israeli, then you are just the face of all evil. But if you're a black, handicapped, overweight, lesbian, trans woman that is Muslim, then you are just basically a god. I guess we should all bow down and worship you, right? So that's cultural Marxism. Basically takes all the ideas from Marxism, but adds a whole bunch of cultural elements to it. And there was always a war between the communists and work people. The communists and work people were at war with each other, because the communists were like, you guys are, what is this nonsense, right? Let's go back to economic essentialism. And the woke people were like, no, this is more fun. Look at how everything is a lot more colorful. And you guys failed already anyways. But now, because the woke people sounded retarded, now the economic essentialism is now having a comeback, and people are like, the left is like, it's all about affordability. It's all about people don't want to hear about trans stuff, gay stuff, race stuff. That's boring. We don't want it. People want to see if they could afford stuff. We need to go back. We need to go back to our origins. So that's what's happening right now. Oh, look at this. People are saying, well, thank you. Yeah.
Look, I'm going to give you the American take on woke, because it's very specific eras. There's 3 of them. There is woke ascension. Back during woke ascension, they weren't even called woke. They were called SJWs, social justice warrior. This started in a place called Tumblr. And that's where they started canceling people. That's when they started calling your work and trying to get you fired. That's where this started. Like, we're talking about modern woke, what we call woke. That was the ascension of woke 1.0. That was at SJWs. It was mostly on Tumblr. They started with mansplaining and manspreading, sitting with your legs too open in the subway, and which is, an asshole move, but not really. Like, if you're alone, you should be able to, be comfortable, right?
Yeah.
It was dumb. Woke 2 was woke ascendancy. That was COVID. Woke 2 is COVID, right? We're kind of in post woke 2, like in woke 3, but woke 2 is really COVID, because that's the height of woke, of the power. That's when everything changed. So you absolutely, it wasn't just that the woke mob would go cancel you. The government was in on it. The government was able, Democrat politicians were able to call Facebook and say, I want this account banned. They were able to talk to Twitter. And there's reports about how this government got involved. That's what happened in Woke too. You couldn't say, learn to code, or, you would get absolutely banned, fired. That's Woke. It had a lot to do with taking away your ability to feed yourself and your family. Right? That's why they're trying to tell you, what about Woke 2 do you want to change? What about Woke 1 do you want to change? What do you want to change about Woke? Because they don't want to take away the power. They still want the power to cancel, to take away your work, to take away your accounts. That's why I am extremely sensitive to anyone using offense to silence me, to tell me I can't say, like, I know I'm maybe oversensitive, but it's because I had many accounts canceled by these, I'm offended, so I'm going to use the government against you.
Yes.
People.
Yes. Exactly. All right. Look at this one. Oh, good afternoon. So Johnny is saying good afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
A socialist over in Minnesota, Peggy Flanagan. She's not a socialist.
I cannot wait to go to the United States Senate and join Bernie Sanders to pass Medicare for all.
I think gender affirming care is part of healthcare. People need access
an age limit for it.
to healthcare. I think our law as it stands is a good law.
We need to rip ICE apart.
Okay, the radical lunatic Peggy Flanagan decided she won over the moderate Craig. I mean, that did happen in a state with a lot of rural voters. The socialist over in Minnesota.
So, yeah, I don't know what. So he's saying, Scott Jennings is saying, walks like a socialist, talks like a socialist, hangs out with Bernie Sanders and Ilhan Omar. It's a socialist, folks. Okay. Who is this lady? Do you know her? Peggy Flanagan? Flanagan. Is she important? Do we need to pay attention to her? U.S. Senate candidate.
I mean, every senator is important.
Yeah. From, where is she from? Texas Small.
Minneapolis?
Minnesota? Okay, Minneapolis. Okay, so this is somebody that people need to pay attention to. We need to come up with a list of, I don't know, as we get close to midterms, we need to come up with a strategy on how to promote, in our channel. We need to do our part, getting people to go vote and keep these people out, especially in places where it's razor sharp.
I only know one person that we could contact. Scott Pressler. That's the guy. I'll look into his website, see what I can find.
Okay. Oh, we got another super chat. But you see, Christian is saying, Armin, you follow the hack one. New one is not verified. Okay, just email it to me. Armin.navabi@gmail.com. I'll just follow. Just send me the link. And thank you for the super chat. All right, let's go here.
John Fetterman is someone who was seen as a progressive at one point. You endorsed him back in the day when he was running for lieutenant governor. I supported him when he was running in the Senate primary.
So I wasn't the only one, right?
No, a lot of us got him wrong, I think it's fair to say. He's now not just awful on multiple issues, especially Israel, but he's openly attacking you all the time, suggesting...
It's not especially Israel. It's for you guys. It's just Israel. That's the unforgivable sin. Like on multiple issues, including Israel. Be honest about it. It's Israel. It's Israel. You would have forgiven him for almost anything else.
He's now not just awful on multiple issues, especially Israel, but he's openly attacking you all the time, suggesting that you're out of touch with the party, that you're getting things wrong, you endorse the wrong people. What do you make of? He's your fellow colleague in the Senate. A, do you have any interactions with him in person, or is this just all on TV and Twitter? And B, what do you think? Are you worried he's going to defect to the GOP?
I don't know. That is, I guess, a possibility. Look, you want to get on television, you go on Fox TV and you say something bad about Bernie Sanders, get you some coverage. That's the way it is. It's kind of a sad state of affairs.
So you have no arguments against them. And like, oh, they attacked me because I'm so popular. Yeah, boo-hoo. Like, I'm so popular. People just criticize me because it's just a way for them to use me as a ladder and climb. Wow. So actually no comeback.
Television, you go on Fox TV and you say something bad about Bernie Sanders, it gets you some coverage. That's the way it is. It's kind of a sad state of affairs. But I will tell you that, I know in Pennsylvania, I don't think there's anybody in the Democratic caucus who has a lower rating among Democrats than John does.
Is that true? Or is he making that up?
I didn't catch what he said there at the end. He talks a little funny.
Let me play it again.
A sad state of affairs. But I will tell you that, I know in Pennsylvania, I don't think there's anybody in the Democratic caucus who has a lower rating among Democrats than John does.
Yeah, but even if that's true, that's not a. Yeah, I don't know, but even if that's true, that tells you more about your Democrats than Fetterman. So, like,
I don't think so. I think he's gaining popularity actually.
Among
he may
Democrats?
be citing an old number. I mean,
No,
he
among
won.
Democrats, weren't you? Oh yeah, he did win.
That's why he's in power, because he won, so he can't be that unpopular.
True. Let me see. I could check it. Is John Fetterman becoming more or less popular among Democrats? I could quickly look that up. Oh, Amber is here. Look at this. Casey saying because the Democrats hate America. Oh my god. Yeah, and wait, what how do you pronounce this? High Turban? Yes. Saying that's not a bad thing, Bernie, you Marxist ass. Okay. Oh, Koala Katie is here. Hi, Koala Katie. Oh, Texas is here. We missed you, Texas. Texas saying he only had a lower rating among the DSA types. Okay, so does that mean that Monkey, there's hopes for if Democrats like him more? Doesn't that mean that there's hope for some Democrats? Like, why would Democrats like him more? So we shouldn't be against all Democrats if they like John Fetterman.
I would agree, and I would say that the polls are also showing that Democrats are not backing people like El Sayed. Like, that's why he's losing in the polls, because I'm not even going to touch that poll. I'm not even going to go vote. Let the Republicans take it. I'm not getting up off my seat to go vote for El Sayed.
Okay. Yeah, true. Okay. And then we got Shauna. Thank you so much, Shauna, for the super chat, saying Fetterman's state loves him. He's a majority. He is the majority. Bernie is lying or misleading. Fetterman is popular amongst independents, but they lean Democrats. Oh, really? Okay. See, this is why it's so good to have people like Shauna and Texas and having Monkey here in the chat. This is what we need here. We have such a good community that we could rely on for this type of information. Thank you, Shauna. I appreciate that.
And to be fair, like, Fetterman is economically still very much a leftist. He's just socially more sane.
Yeah. Monkey, here's the thing. Even though it's more important, I kind of forgive people for being economically retarded, because economics is hard. You know what I mean? Like, when I don't know if I understand, so when people fall for Islamic garbage, like, they're like, come on, like, this is obvious. This is a prophet that would rape children, right? And like, what the hell are you doing? Like, come on, right? When people fall for woke left stuff, like cultural Marxism stuff, like, this is like, are you stupid? Like, what? Like, white people being evil, like stuff like that. Like, that is stupid, right? But when people fall for Marxist garbage, I kind of get it, because it's complicated, like understanding what brings prosperity. I'm more forgiving. I'm more understanding of that. Why people fall for, it doesn't make sense to think like, hey, when the government does less, things get better. When we do less, somehow magically, like for them it sounds like woo-woo stuff, like, oh, you're doing less and things get magically better. Oh, invisible hand of the market. Woo, okay, sure. Do something, government, come do something, fix stuff. It just
Well, it's
doesn't
childish.
intuitively, like, market, free market, understanding why less involvement is better, intuitively doesn't make sense. You need, it's a harder, it requires more of an explaining to do.
I'm going to try to do another analogy. Like pretend they're kids, right? When you're raising a child, one of the first things you teach them is to share. That's the first thing you teach them. You have to share, because if you want to play together, you have to share. When they get older, you have to tell them, take care of your stuff. Don't let other people take your stuff. Defend yourself. This is a more advanced type of teaching, and it gets more complicated the older you get. But that basic sharing, that stays ingrained. So when you propose to a person that doesn't understand economics, oh, taxes is just sharing. Taking from you by force, that's just sharing. Property taxes is just sharing. It kind of clicks in a way where if you're not thinking about it, it's something that you were taught so early in life that it's hard to reject.
All right. Yeah, so I see what you're saying. I do want to add to something. Okay, so guys, like, capitalists are not against sharing. Like, I'm not negating anything Monkey says, right? Sharing and with people is good when you're a child. It's good when you're an adult. It's always good, right? But only if you're doing it, if you are doing it out of your kindness, only in a society when we have spread the sense of kindness so much that people are doing that willingly, and people are helping each other out willingly. Okay, government stealing your stuff and giving it to other people, that's not sharing, that's theft.
That's the trick.
It's not. Yes, that's coercion. Okay, that's not sharing. Okay, the government is not sharing. The government is not. Yeah, I know. I understand what you're saying, right? Government, you're not encouraging sharing. You're only sharing if you're sharing out of your own pocket. Okay, if I say like, hey, sharing is caring, let me go take Monkey's stuff and share it with other people. Like, look at me, I'm being so kind to poor people. I'm going in and being so charitable to poor people by taking Monkey's hard-working money that he has worked so hard from his bank, and giving it to people. And I'm like, and I get praise for it. I get praise for it because I'm giving it to poor people, right?
And if I complain, I'm a dirty capitalist.
Yes, you are.
I think it's a good analogy. We just kind of explained it in a good way.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, if I go take Monkeys, here's a more complete version of it, right? If I go take Monkey's, let's say Monkey is working very hard and he's earning a living, right? And I go and take his money by force and give it to poor people. In the short term, I might have helped the poor person. In the long term, I hurt the poor person. You know why? Because I have shown Monkey that working hard and being productive does not work. He should act more like the poor people. He should be on the other side of this. So I have encouraged Monkey to produce less and come and ask me for more. Like, okay, Armin is taking money from productive people and giving it to unproductive people. I'm going to go to the other side of this. I'm going to stop wasting my time producing things. I'm going to go to the other side of this, where Armin is giving, instead of giving money to the people that Armin is giving money to, right? So more people who are like Monkey are going to stop being like Monkey and are going to turn to people like on the other side of this that are receiving the money, right? And then when more of this happens, eventually less people will produce, and there is less stuff to take. There is less stuff for me to take to give to the poor people because there's less people producing. So in the short term, the poor person is benefiting because they're receiving something. In the long term, everybody, including the poor people, are going to suffer because there's less production happening because I'm punishing production. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but what do you gain? Let me explain. If you take $100 from me and give it to 5 people, give $20 to 5 people, you lost 1 vote but gained 5.
True.
So you do get an immediate gain in power because you get the power of redistribution, and that gets you to that you could buy votes that way.
Perfect. Then you just made it more complete, because I was just looking at the productive person and the unproductive person, and I didn't take into account the government, what their incentive is, and you completed it. So that was good. Yes. Okay, we got 3 super chats. Shauna with the super chat is saying, Democrat voters are not the problem. The Democrat Party is a problem. Hey, that's a good way. Like, Monkey, do you agree with this? I think that's a good way of describing it.
The majority.
The majority.
The majority of Democrat voters are not the problem. And the Democrat Party, like, I can't exempt anyone in the Democrat Party. I can't exempt some Democrat voters from being like, oh, I just don't know. Like, some of them do know. I would say the majority of them are not really the problem. They're just uninformed.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't, like, there's no one, even Fetterman, if I have to talk to him about economics, like, I'm going to be like, no, you're part of the problem. The party is a problem.
True. Maybe well-meaning, but misunderstands, maybe misunderstands how the economy works. Brown, what is the rest of it? Brown at Amar? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Itamar. Thank you for the super chat. Saying, I want to start a movement to liberate Muslim Israelis and save them from genocide. I'm sure Piers Morgan and Tucker Carlson will be glad to donate. Start with the Muslims in the Israeli parliament. Liberate them from what, though? They're already liberated.
No, liberate them from their positions of power.
Parliaments. Okay, liberate them from their position of Okay. Yes. I want to start.
They're in danger, right? Because all Israelis want to kill all Muslims. So, we got to take them out of that seat and save them.
I want to liberate Israelis in Israel from the apartheid, from the Arab apartheid, the Arab supremacy in Israel, because Israel is an apartheid, because apartheid means different citizens give different rules, right? And Arab Israelis don't have to serve in the military, and Jewish Israelis do have to serve in the military. So Israel is an apartheid. It's an apartheid in favor of Arabs against Jews. So we need to liberate Israeli Jews against the apartheid, against their Arab overlords, that they don't get equal rights. So Israel is an apartheid
because the religious don't have to participate. I think
so ultra Orthodox and Arabs don't have to participate. Okay. So basically, there's average. By the way, I'm joking. It's not an apartheid, but the vast majority of the Jews are being oppressed by Arabs and ultra Orthodox people who don't have to serve. Okay, so we need to save them. We need to liberate the Israeli Jews who are not ultra Orthodox. By the way, I'm just kidding, guys. You don't know.
Yeah, it's a joke, but it's funny.
Yes, okay. Yeah, that's the only law that is different. They're like, people are like, it's apartheid. Apartheid means the citizens get different rules, right? Gaza and Judea Samaria doesn't count because the people in there are not Israeli citizens. So you should only focus on citizens. If you're looking at apartheid is like, South Africa. Africa had citizens, black citizens, had different rules than white citizens, but they were both citizens. So Amnesty International, for example, says Israel is an apartheid because you have different rules for people in Gaza and in the what they call West Bank, which is Judea and Samaria, than the people who live in Israel. Well, you should have different rules because they are not citizens of Israel. It would be as if saying Canada is an apartheid because they give free healthcare to Canadian citizens, but not to American citizens. Yeah, you're supposed to have equal rights for your citizens, not for your citizens and your non-citizens. So if you only focus on Israeli citizens, they have equal rights for everybody, whether they're Arab or Jew, except this one thing. Arabs don't have to serve in the military, so they get more rights. They have more privileges.
Yes, if I was going to represent a Canadian, I would say, well, of course, us Canadians, as Canadian citizens, have free healthcare.
Yes, okay. Thank you for that. Very Canadian. And Shauna, thank you so much for the super chat, saying Pennsylvania is an old industry union state, to be fair. Is part of their civic and state history as well, so it's harder to pull apart. Ooh, okay. Shauna comes with the nuance. God damn. Thank you, Shauna. Shauna has so much nuance over American politics. Shauna, you should have your own YouTube channel. Thank you, Shauna. Yeah,
Yes.
Speak to me about it if you're interested. All right, guys. You know what? Today I might not be in our discussion group. I'm so sorry, but you should be. So, in fact, go there if you were interested in talking in our discussion group without me bothering you guys and telling you who could speak now and who could speak next. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Today, probably we're not going to be live streaming the group discussion, and I'm not going to be there because I'm going to be on Newsmax. But that doesn't mean that there's not going to be any conversation there. There will be, just without me today, because I have to be on Newsmax today. So yeah, you're welcome. Okay. So yeah, again, I know it's better. I know it's better without me. So link is in the chat. The link to our group discussions are in the QR code in the top left. It's also in the description. So make sure you join. And we have daily group calls every single day. We have group calls there. It's a really fun place to meet new people and discuss politics and all the stuff that we talk about over here. So don't miss that. And also, by the way, the link is also in the bio section of Liberty Politics YouTube channel. Guys, subscribe to Liberty Politics. Help us get to 100,000. Help us get to 100,000 subscribers. Very much appreciate that. Thank you. And also, don't forget to like the stream. And also, don't forget the Monkey's channel. Monkey, here's his channel. I'll put the link to his channel in the chat as well. So
maybe I can get to 50. Is there any chance I can get 2 more? Will 2 of you subscribe?
2 more.
Hey, my
2 more.
healthcare joke was pretty good.
Yes, it was. Thank you, Monkey. All right, guys, I'm going to go get ready for Newsmax, and I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thank you to everybody who's liking, and thank you to the Monkey. We'll see you guys same time tomorrow. And until then, I'm Israel Chai, Slava Ukrainia, Cuba Libre, Taiwan Jiao, Long Live America, Javid Shah, Payande, Iran.
Iran.